What's up, everybody?
How's everybody doing? Give me 1 second. Setting everything up right here. I know Jesse's here. Salty. Yvette. Marie. Don't. Miss Potts should be here. Merc. Yvette. Let's see. What is going on? Kels. Meg. Heather. Karma. What's going on? Well, I didn't expect to go live until, something significant happened with the case. But when I'm called upon, I come, because I'm not going to just sit back and watch this bullshit anymore. If I can help with it and help expose who this person or these people are. Yeah. So let me just get through the, what's up, Cold? Chick, what's up, chick bait? I got to figure out how to, what's up, peasant? Stevie. I got to figure out how to pin something at the top of here. I haven't gone live in so long. I forgot to do everything. Twizz was supposed to, I don't know if he went back to sleep or what the fuck he's doing, but all right. Well, I don't know if, I'm sure mostly everybody here has seen or heard either in Twizz's live or Lana's live or whoever else is fucking live about this Jenn individual who I thought, was just a regular guilter, maybe had a little bit of an average loud voice, until I saw who it was. And I saw a picture of this person, and I saw a physical description of this person, and I realized this person reached out to me in March of 2023. And did they say hello to me? No. Hello would have been too easy. Ladies and gentlemen, I got 13 30-second videos as a hello, and I did not respond. Then in May 2023, I get another message. Hey, you're the only one who spoke good about Brian. So, I'm thinking, oh, okay, it's somebody who thinks Brian's innocent or, might be in the middle and, is kind of on the same page as me. And that's how it was. So I responded. I said, hello. And we had a conversation. And she was upset because she wasn't allowed to go into certain channels because her opinion was Brian didn't do it. And we had a little bit of conversation, and she started getting a little weird. So I, just kind of I restricted her, and she was talking to herself for a while. But I have over probably an hour and a half worth of video messages of her going absolutely nuts over this case with a wall full of maps and pins going here and there. And she's going ape shit over this. And last night, I found out that this person who sent me all this, who said all this to me, had the audacity to go onto somebody's channel who I respect because of how they, put their information out with no filter, and completely disrespect them and bring up that person's child and then talk about my friend Twizz and then my friend Dago. And then she fucked up and she doxed me. Well, problem with that is I have everything on you. I have all the messages. I have all you never send me regular messages. They're all just video messages of you going absolutely ape shit. All right. So I understand that this person wants to, go after everybody and, do whatever she's doing, and nobody wants to, call her out on her shit. Well, the problem is she thought Brian was innocent. So I'm confused why she's attacking individuals because they think Brian's innocent when she came to me for a safe space. She came to me, sir, for a safe space, and this individual is doxing and disrespecting me, and I can't understand why. So, if you're gonna call my bluff, then I'm gonna have to put this shit out there. It has nothing to do who it is, Flaxen. It has to do with if you come up on my panel, right, and we agree to have a debate, that's what it's going to be. You're not going to start talking about this and that person, this person, that person. That's not how shit works. Okay, I'm not one to. I can't sit back and not say anything. Okay, like some people, I can't. That's not me because I don't want this shit to happen to anybody else, doxing and shit. All right, because I could call the authorities. Okay, as if I'm getting death threats now. Okay, so it's more than just putting somebody's name out there. It's putting somebody in harm's way. And that's what this person needs to learn is that shit ain't happening. Okay. Now, I'm not going to dox this person. I'm not going to say her full name. But what I will do is show you who this person is. So you guys can see for yourself what her thoughts were less than a year ago, maybe a year ago. Okay. And how she was speaking and who this person really is. So then nobody has to wonder anymore who Gigi is, who Jenn is, who Regina, whoever the fuck this person is. You will see, and then you will know why I'm ticked off. Let's see who's here. Mr. Twizz, right on time. What's up, buddy?
What up?
I'm up here fucking losing it by myself. So yeah, dude, like I wouldn't even seen this shit if Dinky wasn't like, yo, did you catch Lana's live last night? I'm like, no, not really, man. I haven't really, been following it too much. And I was just watching it just to kind of see the debate. And I hear her say something about you. And then she says my name, bro. My name.
Yeah.
And nobody flinched. And I couldn't believe it. I never I haven't spoke to this person in over a year. I never spoke to this person physically, like over a telephone ever. And this person puts my name out there in somebody else's live. I can't understand
wild.
It is. So
I just wasn't sure if you had said it on like John's before or not. So
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Well, then that's a fucking issue.
Yes. And like I said, if this person, I mean, you would think this person would be smart enough not to do that when I have fucking hours of her sending on video. Because again, dude, this woman could not send a text message. She either has to send you a 2-minute fucking voice message or a 30-second to a 5-minute video message that you got to sit there and fucking sit through. And I wasn't having it. So after the 30-second hello introduction she sent me, right, that fucking I didn't respond to, she sent me a video what looked like her in a padded room with a whole shit ton of stuff on a wall, and and she's making a video for me, to me, in the middle of the night by herself, knowing that I probably won't even fucking read it. And she's losing her mind, asking me if I could tell her who this is, and I can tell her who that is, begging me for information. The person she's putting down. Now, the audacity that this person has to do that when I'm about to show who her ass is. So, Twizz, do I got to email it to you? I know you got it over. I think you can't bring it. You can only bring it up over email, right?
Yeah.
All right, let me just shoot you the email then, because I'm not gonna play the fucking we'll be here for 6 hours if I play every single one. But I just want to show who this person is and what I was dealing with. And this is the same individual that attacked Lana last night and acted like a complete jackass. And if you agree with her at all, fuck you too. 1 second, bro. Figure out how to get this to you. So wait, you can't. It doesn't let you like save it.
Well, I don't have Facebook on this.
What are you on, like a laptop?
No, on my computer.
Yeah. So like, dude, like I didn't even know who this person was. Like when you were live for what 12 fucking hours before I got there, was she on your panel?
She was on there at some point in time.
No shit. See, again, I missed that, and that's why I couldn't understand why she was saying fucking Twizz and that she called MPD on you or something like that. She said.
Yeah, she's reported me to Moscow and Pullman or something.
So again, I'm just confused who this person thinks she is when I have her on video acting absolutely whacked.
I have no idea.
And she's around children. Me neither, brother. But it's coming in. There you go. Wait, did we ever email each other with my on mine?
Probably not. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, send me your email over just messenger quick. Because I want to play the one in the padded room. Because everybody needs to see fucking who this person is. And this isn't a video she put up
to.
But just send to me over the text or messenger, either one. Just something I can copy and paste quick or back chat. So I can send this to you. I was going to share my screen, but the problem is if I share my screen, I'll dox her right away. And like I don't want to stoop down to her level, but everybody needs to see who the fuck this person is. All right, got it. Because the hypocrisy to attack somebody for thinking Brian might not have done this when you were thinking the same damn thing and you were upset because you were kicked out of. Yeah. Sorry.
Well, it seems like her biggest Brian did it is because of all those dates from when he was having issues with his professor supposedly and all that. What does that have to do with the crime?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, and like that's why I was just dumbfounded because I'm gonna label it crazy bitch. I'm gonna send you. I don't know how many I can send in each. I'm gonna send you this one quick because this is the one where I was like, yeah, I can't keep talking to this person, bro. Like she's in a fucking. It looks like she's in a padded room. It was probably like midnight, 1 a.m, and she's fucking asking me who this person is, who that person is, looking like a straight psychopath. I emailed it to you. You see it? I was talking to fucking Annie Potts earlier, dude. I sent her a fucking couple of them. She's fucking losing her shit. Oh my god. It's fucking hot out, dude. Is it hot where you are?
No, it's cooled off.
Holy hell, bro. It's like 92.
The high yesterday was 70. I don't even think it hit 70 today.
Really? The taped up wall. See, Andy saw it. Wait till you guys see this. And then whenever that bitch comes around, you guys can just know, okay, the crazy bitch is here. Wait, I gotta. How do I do this again? Yeah, it's hot as fuck. It's putts. That's what I mean. I mean, like I said, if I could, like, if there's people that would talk bad about Brian, I'd bring him up. But like, everybody I spoke to said that like he was normal, like no signs of this, of anything, nothing. So, trust me, if somebody would talk about something that he did in the past, I don't mind bringing it up. It is what it is. Whatever happens, happens. It's a fact of getting to the truth rather than just wanting to believe law enforcement. I mean, look at that case that they just arrested. Annie brought it up to me, and then I just saw Lana went live about it.
Birchmore?
Yeah.
I gotta drop down for a second.
Okay. But I gotta save it. But yeah, I mean, they just arrested. What? They just arrested. Did they only arrest one cop? Because there has to be a ton others who knew about it. There's no way it went on this long without massive amounts of people knowing about it. But this is what I mean when it comes to law enforcement. Like, you know, and yet we're supposed to trust this case after how much fuckery's going on. No. It ain't happening. Anyway, did you Annie, did I send you the link? I don't know if I click off here if it's gonna like kick me out if I open another page or something. Three cops? Holy shit. Wow. But anybody who knew, I'm telling you, anybody who knew about it should go down for, I mean, what would that be called? Withholding evidence? Tampering with evidence? Right? Tampering? Can't they get like 50 people on tampering? Come on. They're working overtime over there in Massachusetts. Fucking overtime. There's Twizzy. Let's do this.
Yep.
What up? You save it?
Yeah, I got it.
Nice. Let me know when this shit's up, and I'll, like I said, I'd play them all right now for everybody, but I don't know how to block the top of my screen without doxing her. Here we go. All right, guys. This is Regina, aka Jenn, aka Gigi, whoever the fuck this person is that wants to, disrespect everybody. Let's see who this person really is.
Will you dig into Jeremy and Ashley? And I wonder, this
Look
was
at that wall.
stuff I need to talk to you when
Who
we're
the
both.
fuck
It's
is
not in the
Jeremy
middle of
and
the
Ashley?
night. The young lady who died, Haley Rosenberg, like 17, 20 miles from y'all. And there was a Trevor and a Nick, and there was people from Effort were in the vehicle. Did he have like a crush on her or anything?
So about midnight, this grown ass woman is taking videos like this and sending them to me, bro. Thinking like I'm supposed to respond in like some kind of positive fucking manner after seeing that kind of nut shit of a whole wall full, like she's fucking trying to figure this shit out like she's the FBI.
She's very important.
She's not. She wouldn't know shit if it wasn't for everybody.
I think she's just mad that other people get more views than she does.
I didn't even know she had a fucking channel. This is why I couldn't understand why she opened her mouth about me. When she knows I have way more than that. What we just showed is a fucking appetizer. Because there's shit of her talking completely different than how she was talking last night. Thinking that, talking like Brian might not have done this, that, and the third. So for her to go after people like this, it's not clicking with me, bro. These fucking rats. These little fucking rats, dude. What is wrong with them?
I don't know.
They need to be exterminated. And this chick's in a padded room.
He meant online. Exterminated online is what he meant.
No shit. What the fuck? This isn't fucking YouTube's fake. That's what I mean. This shit's fake. Like, if she kept it on here, and just said, she could have said, fuck, fuck Willie, fuck Truth Nation. She could have said all that shit. But instead, she just decides to fucking say my name. And I'm like, what the fuck? But even if she didn't dox me, the way that she spoke to Lana, and like I could see Lana was just, I don't know how the hell she kept composure, but she just kept herself composed because she knew it wasn't worth it. Problem is, I don't give a fuck, dude. Because like YouTube can shut me down. I don't give two fucks. Okay, I'll go down swinging just to fucking expose this piece of shit. All right, because that was totally disrespectful. Totally disrespectful. Bring up Dago. Bring up you. Bring up the people that I like. It ain't fucking happening, bro.
She is pretty disrespectful while claiming everyone else is.
Well, when I'm confused why she attacked your channel like that if she came on your panel. What transpired when she came on your panel?
I don't know.
I mean, what
she
the
was
fuck?
talking with she was talking with somebody on the panel, and it was like getting kind of heated, and then I would get in the middle of it, and then I was asking her where Brian was when he connected to the cell tower 12 previous times,
Yeah.
That's about all I remember.
And that prompted her to say, fuck Twizz.
At some point in time, she was
MPD
like crying. Well, I mean, I think it's just like her general overview that she doesn't like me or likes what I says or something, Anybody who thinks that Brian couldn't have done it
But
is like,
she was questioning if Brian didn't do this. I mean, she was messaging me back in May and June and July, and then when I fucking restricted her, she just kept talking to herself for who the fuck knows how long about how she didn't believe Brian did it and how she was scared to go to any channels and voice her opinion. And now she's saying there's no way Brian couldn't have done it. Do you understand how hypocritical that is, Twizz?
oh yeah.
To go on panels. I mean, say it in chat, whatever, be a hypocrite in chat, fine. But to go on panels and attack people, to bring up Lana's child. What the fuck, bro?
Yeah, I have no idea. I've heard of people talk about Gigi before.
And she's probably Daniel's source.
She's definitely probably one of them.
Because in a video, she states that she's she put out something. I forget what she mentioned, but I send you another video that like she's the reason. I guess she went to MPD with something, that some kind of information she knew, and then they came out with it, and she thinks that she's the reason. You know, that's the reason that they came out with it, because it's just something she found. So now she feels like she's inserted in this case, and in my opinion, this is Daniel's source of information on some stuff. Not everything, but some stuff.
Well, supposedly she's the one that made up the story that he was fired on the 18th and had the letter.
Yes, that's what she said. She said something with the university. I don't know what the fuck it was, because it was so much, dude. Like, it was. I mean, imagine somebody just sending you 6 voice clips of like a minute and a half, 2 minutes long, thinking that you're gonna actually sit there and listen to all that shit, and then you respond with like one word, and then they send you another fucking 15. This is how nuts this woman is. And she went from like begging me for information, what you just saw on that video about Jeremy. Jeremy Saba has nothing. Here, let me address this then. Jeremy Saba has nothing to do with fucking any of this. Okay, Jeremy Saba passed away from an overdose. Okay, who else she say? Trevor Roberts. Okay, passed away with a couple other buddies that I went to school with because they were drunk driving. Okay, Brian didn't fucking spike the road or anything like that. Okay, so Brian wasn't involved with anybody's deaths that happened up in the Poconos, period. Because I fucking knew these people. But I didn't give her that information at the time because I'm like, what the fuck? Like, where's she even getting these people's names from and shit? So everything she was saying was just like all conspiracy. And that's where I just kind of like, let it go. But at first she was upset because people wouldn't allow her to think he was innocent. She was getting kicked out of groups or something like that, she said.
Yeah.
So she came to me for help. Like, I'm going to fucking help her. Which, again, I was nice, bro. I talked to her. I responded. I thought that this was just a regular individual. You know what I mean? Not that they're going to fucking turn around and be weird as hell a year later. But don't talk shit on somebody that has all your fucking information.
Typically not a good
She also sent me her number. I also have her number because she's like, here, call me. And I was like, no. But I have your number. And then with that number and your name, guess what else you can find out? Everything. So just shut up. This is my warning. Shh. Stop. I don't want to go any further because, like, I almost made a fucking, split-second decision when I saw you dox me, but I restrained myself somehow because I have shit to lose. You understand? And I'm not one to call the cops and be like, somebody fucking, dox me. Fuck that, dude. So this is how I get shit done. If you don't like it, there's another fucking channel to go watch. Did you get the video I just sent you?
Yeah, it's up. You just gotta share it.
Oh, my bad. Dude. I'm on a fucking phone, dude. Oh shit, Annie's back here. Hey! Yo, hold on. Ready for this one? Here we go, Annie. I think you saw this one.
Do you realize nobody has come forward as knowing him now? Except for a classmate saying he was jovial after the murders? I can't imagine how he's feeling.
Oh.
Even if he did it. Even if this was just like a one-off and he's never hurt anybody else before.
I wonder how... I'll wait till you get it done. Yeah. I wonder how he's feeling. See how it turned from that to he's the only one that can fucking do it. How did that happen? Misinformation is how it happens. Okay, this is the product of misinformation, right there, where you just saw that video and the video with her fucking padded room with shit all over her wall. This is a product of misinformation, folks. That's all it is, and you just saw it.
And there's a lot of that going on.
Hypocrite. She's like, I wonder how he's feeling. What's up, Annie? Annie, you there?
I was just gonna say, I think my favorite part of it was when she alluded to the fact that she thought she was going to be, these police were knocking on her door because she was going to be placed under the gag order.
Yeah, that was good.
She thinks she's that important over there in Arkansas that they're going to knock on her door. Yeah, that's right, honey. You're in Arkansas. To knock on her door and frickin' be like, oh, you're under a gag order from something that's going on in Idaho. No, honey. You're not that important. Trust me. Jesus Christ. If they ain't gagging me, they ain't gagging you. No homo.
They could
Not gonna
gag
lie,
me.
the wall is spectacular. The wall is spectacular. If anybody actually like goes through and you just kind of go frame by frame and zoom in on that wall, that's wild. That is wild. You ever seen It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Yes,
The episode.
Yeah. I'm about to make a meme now and have her with the wall and then fucking him next and have like a split screen.
Charlie's at the wall with all the red string and he's smoking the cigarette and yeah.
More wall footage. Twizz, are you able to, if you bring up that video of the wall, are you able to like stop it frame by frame? It's weird when you bring up a video, it echoes my voice. So I'm not going to say anything when the video comes up. I didn't really see the wall. I mean, the wall looks wild. I didn't look at the details of it. It's just fucking, there's so much, dude. Like if she invested this much time.
She's got the whole crime mapped out and every connection and names and people's, how they're related. And
just to get it all wrong. That's what's miraculous. Just to get it all wrong.
I feel like she's the same lady from way back in the beginning before Brian was even arrested. She used to go on T-Reb's panels all the time under the name Regina, I think. And she was doing what everybody else was doing before Brian was arrested. And she was like suspicious of all the jacks, everybody, you name it, the frats, the sorority. She was doing the same thing, just literally searching for possible suspects. Anybody related to the victim. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Jesse, I wish she would show up too, because me and her can talk one-on-one right the fuck now. I'd bring her right up without hesitation.
I could message her on X.
Yes. Tell her we're talking about her right now. Right now. Because I want to ask her right to her fucking face why the fuck she felt the need to do that last night. Little rat.
Not gonna lie, I was having a conversation with someone this morning, and we were talking about how at one point there was a period of time where she had mentioned that she was like going for a PhD or something, and I was like, the only university she's getting a PhD from is Delulu University.
I'm telling you, imagine talking to somebody and you're trying to text them and they just will not stop sending you voice message and video message. Remember, she's taking these videos not even knowing that I'm going to see them. Because at this point, I haven't even responded. So she's taking these videos and sending them to somebody that will probably never even fucking see it. But I did see it. But that's psychotic. Psychotic.
I can promise you, I've never once in my entire life made a video in the middle of the night like she did in front of my evidence wall that's all taped up and everything, and thought to like, hey, you know what? Let me film myself talking to myself. And
like I have so much,
and
Andy. Like I
send
have
this.
so
I'm
many
gonna
more
send
videos. I counted. I have 49.
That's wild.
49 video messages from this psychopath. And like half of them I didn't respond to. Like half of them were after I restricted her. She just kept sending me shit. And I'm like, this bitch is talking to herself. Like, wow. And then she fucks around last night, and now she has to find out. Well, sometimes. What? I didn't listen. I didn't do this.
Listen, I honestly, I'm because I just want to be fully, completely transparent with you. When this whole Jen with two N's came up, I had no idea until the middle of the live last night of who she actually was. And by then it was already happening. It was already too late. There was nothing anybody could really do. And even when she said like your name, I swear to God, nobody caught it because we all just assumed she has no idea what she's talking about anyway. So nobody was even really paying attention to it. We all missed it, to be honest.
I mean, now Lana took it out, but
I heard it and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Oh yeah, you heard it, but you didn't fucking text me.
Well, it was late.
You're not supposed to say you heard it, jackass.
No,
I told Andy you probably didn't hear it.
I knew that your name, at least your first name, had been said online before, so I didn't know.
I don't give a shit about my first name. I've said my first name.
Well, I know that.
But she's like, oh, he has like all these different names as Dick. Does she realize like I do these like satire, like fuck around names just as a joke? Like, what the fuck is wrong with her? He also goes by Dick and Mike Hunt and Seymour Butts and Peter Feltersnatch. Like, bitch, chill out, okay? Everybody knows I fuck around when I'm on Dickies or Twizz's fucking live. Like, relax, bitch. Jesus Christ. But yeah. And then, the disrespect that she fucking showed last night was on a different scale.
My
Andy,
problem with it was
Andy, you might have a little bit of a delay.
Oh, do I? Probably.
Yeah, you got like a 2-second delay. So I'm not gonna say anything and then let you talk.
No, I was just gonna say, I don't agree with the giving out of anybody's name. I don't agree with people who take it to real life and actually like, I don't know that I don't even know why she felt the need to drop anybody's real life name and anything.
Yeah, that's me. I wouldn't have known because nobody was like, "Yo, this person." Because, like you said, I don't think like anybody really caught it, because she's that fucking nuts. But I only watched it because Dickie, told me that, they like debated or whatever, and like she says my name, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" So I didn't give a shit about the rest of the video. At that point, I wanted revenge, and then I realized, holy shit, this is the person that fucking sent me 13 introduction messages on fucking Facebook. The audacity of this individual is staggering. Staggering. When I have your ass in 4K.
I can't believe how many videos, honestly. When you sent me like the loop, and I was just like, "Oh my god!"
That's not even including. But that's not even including the voice messages. I mean, I'm talking over 100 voice messages. This chick did not send me. She sent me the only word she sent me was that hello, whatever she said. Like, she's like, I heard you speak out about Brian, that he's innocent or whatever like that. So like, again, when she came to me, she wasn't sure if Brian did this or not. Do you understand? So what I'm trying to figure out is where the fuck her mind went sideways. If she had a whole wall full of shit, this is what that wall told her. Wow. It ain't what I fucking told her. I'll tell you that. I don't know where the fuck she's getting this information. But I tried to give her truthful information. She didn't want to hear it at the end. So, I watched a gradual, like, shift. So I'm trying to figure out where the hell she was getting her information from. Was you live, bro?
I think once you have people like, Banfield and the Goncalves family, as she calls them, you know. And
Yeah,
then
she
Howard
she can't even
Bloom.
pronounce her fucking name right.
It just, look, in my opinion, Lana perfectly summed it up, right? When you hear, have you read, seen, or heard things like that, right? She's a perfect example, I would say, of what you don't want in your jury pool, for sure.
I mean, could you imagine if she spent all her effort that you see on that fucking wall trying to find like some missing people? She probably would have found like 60 people already. No lie. She told me she like can't sleep. She stays up all night. Wild shit, Annie. I'm telling you, some of these fucking voice messages are scary. That's why I got scared. Cause I got scared and I restricted her. I was scared to block her because I'm like, this bitch gonna find my house, you know. But the more she talked, the more I was like, oh, she's just a fucking delusional psychopath. So
that's the crazy thing too, because I think she's trying to get my name. And someone said Gak was asking for my name.
who's that?
Get a clue? Sigma Chi.
Oh yeah, they talk shit about me too, and I never even fucking spoke to that person.
I'm not saying talking shit. I'm saying he was asking for
Well,
my
I'm
name.
upset
Is what
because I tried
somebody
to.
said.
I'm upset because I tried to help this person, Twizz. Like this person fucking like their introduction was a complete psychopath, and I still gave him the time of day, and still like was like, hey, it's okay, you know, I get shit too for thinking he's innocent, and like, you know, welcome this person with open arms just to get fucked.
Yeah.
It's amazing, bro. It really is amazing. But yeah, whenever you got a second, I just want like a still image of that wall. I want to see fucking what the hell she had up there, bro. Because she had some names correct. I'm not gonna lie, like, you know, but I'm sure she just looked up the obituaries in different years and stuff, which isn't hard to do. Oh, what's up, Sleuthy? Yeah, she tried.
It's wild.
She came at you too, Sleuthy? Good. I'm even more glad I'm doing this because Sleuthy is another one that I like. Fucking, she's always been truthful and shit to the point.
She has nice handwriting, at least.
Who?
Jen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's what I mean, dude. Like, if she put this effort towards something positive, she might get somewhere far. But her mind's too diluted. And I'm not being mean. I'm just being honest.
I can't even imagine what anybody would want to go after Sleuthy for. Like,
Right?
I'm being, what has she ever done except maybe read some docs and ask some questions about those docs? And right, it's wild. It's absolutely wild. I don't understand why people take it so seriously. A, it's just YouTube. B, yep. I understand it's true crime, but I think that's the problem, is that people like her, and I don't mean this in a disrespectful way. I understand everybody is different, but people like her are so highly emotionally invested in something that has absolutely nothing to do with them, that it actually skews their like perception of reality. Like, these people think they get to go in real life and start attacking creators in their real life, going after their children, trying to find out where they live.
Lucky. Like I said, she's lucky.
Yeah.
She's lucky I have something to lose. That's all I have to say. You know it. And fucking Twizz knows it. She's lucky I have something to lose. Because like I said, got her whole name, got her number, and everything else and under the fucking tree. So it just doesn't make sense to me why people fuck around. And then I have to fucking do this and look like an asshole to make a point. But hey, listen, if it prevents somebody else from getting attacked like she did last night, I'm sorry. I was so sick to my stomach watching her talk like that to fucking somebody on their own channel. Like, I was pissed. Annie.
Well, that's what I mean. She was extended the courtesy of having a polite, respectful debate about the facts of the case and why her opinion may be different than other people's. And that is okay. It is totally okay. Mm-hmm. That's not what she came for. It appeared she came to slander, to call names, to be as condescending and rude as possible. And it's wild to me that when when someone invites you onto their, I feel like you're a guest, right? It's no different than someone inviting you like over for a beer, over for coffee. Are you actually going to like talk to them like that in their face? Would you ever be disrespectful like that in their face? Probably not. But people
Absolutely
feel, really tough behind their computer screens and think that, they're untouchable because it's the internet.
Exactly.
Dang, where'd Willie go? Look away for 1 second.
I would never talk to someone like that as a guest.
Yeah.
Personally.
She's in chat and she already said his name.
Who's in chat?
Jen.
This chat?
Yeah.
Oh. Well,
Where did he go?
I think he accidentally booted himself out. He'll probably be back up.
Oh, there he is.
You guys there?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that. Dude, I'm telling you, it's fucking hot, dude. My phone overheated.
Oh.
I was like, oh, shit.
Jen's in chat saying your first name.
Here we go. Let's go. Come up here, baby. I'm dropping it right now. I'll bring you guys back up then.
Bonk, 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 bonk.
Is the link only for Jen?
Probably. I don't know.
Johnny.
Well, I'm just saying, maybe clarify that the link is for Jen so that 40 other people don't click on it. Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. There it is, baby. Let's go.
Oh, okay. There you go. Fucking click,
Get your ass up here. I don't want to hear no shit. You know me. I don't fucking know you. Get your ass up here. I told you before when you fucking took some audio I sent you and fucking put it on your Instagram. Was like, look, everybody, I spoke to somebody that knew Brian, and I fucking told you to stop talking about me. And here you are, fucking using my whole name last night. Get your ass up here, jackass. What the fuck is wrong with you?
You might want to make me a mod.
I don't even know. How do I do that?
Click on my name in chat. It's how you do it on PC. I don't know how you do it on mobile.
Yeah, I don't fucking know how to do that. She called Lena a liar and a bitch. But again, you attack people, that's one thing. But you dox me, you talk about Lana's child, and I mean, you talk about Twizz, which, whatever, like I said, if you just talk shit, you talk shit. Like you dox me, bitch, so get up here. Get your ass up here and talk to me. Because like I said, if I had nothing to lose, I would have doxed everything about you right now. Everything. Everything. Name, phone number, address, all of it. But I'm not like you. I just want you up here because I want to know what the hell is going through your head. Spooky! Spooky! Sometimes you gotta teach motherfuckers. Come on. Don't be scared now. Click the link. You had a lot to say last night, didn't you, when I wasn't there? Come on. Now I'm here. Now you're on Daddy's channel. Click the link. Let's go. Click it up. Click it up. Wrong fucking one, sweetheart. Get your ass up here.
How did you not dox him when you said his last name?
She's fucking delusional. That's what she's going to believe. I didn't say a full name. What the fuck did you say? Out of fucking left field.
Why are you putting my email out there? Damn it.
Oh, my bad, bro.
You better erase that right now.
My bad. Shut up. There's like fucking 70 people. Oh, shit. Come on, bitch. Click the link. Click the link. Come up and have a conversation. You went to send me all the fucking video messages and your voice messages before. Now you want to text. Oh, now you want to text. Oh, imagine that. Jesus Christ, the hypocrisy. Wowzers. Come on. It's not going to be attacking 3-on-1. You come up in the back chat. I'll let Annie and Twizz get down for a little bit. We're going to have a conversation. A respectful, possibly, conversation. I just want to know why the fuck you opened your mouth. And what the fuck your problem is with me. Because I gave you information. I told you the fucking truth. You sent me 13 hello messages. Anybody else would have just blocked your ass. I give you the time of day and try to help you. And you fuck me, Tony.
Well, can we at least clarify something since she's here in chat anyway? And she felt the need to hop up last night on that panel with Lana and basically try and tell Lana that the only reason her channel is any good is because Lana has people like me.
I never heard some kind of jealous shit like that in my life.
Well, here's my thing. I want to say something. It's untrue. It's false. So I don't know. That's kind of why I just wanted to address that because
if I had mods that helped me, right, and my channel became successful, then we all eat. Even if mods help a creator build a channel and help with information, so fucking what? Just because nobody wants to help her, don't be jealous, bitch. Right?
Well, my thing is that you are right. But my thing is don't say that the reason that her channel or her content or whatever, it's not because, I just didn't appreciate the way and the tone that it was implied that Lana doesn't do her own work, that we do it for her. Not only is that inaccurate, it's incredibly false.
Well, this bitch
I don't appreciate her using me to promote something so false. Don't use my name. Don't include me in trying to perpetuate a lie like that because it's just not true. It's not true. I do not do all of her research. None of her mods do. Period. So that's just a blatant falsehood that I wanted to clear up. I don't appreciate my name being used in it at all.
Yeah. Okay. And again, that's why, like I said, this live had to happen because, she's fucking around too much and she fucking doxed me for out of left field. Like, what the fuck? I haven't been live in a month and this dumb bitch is just says my name. Like, I'm not going to fucking do anything. Are you nuts? Are you nuts? Come on, how many times do I have to drop it, you pussy? Jesus Christ. Let me drop it again.
She's just in here in chat.
Fucking coward. Well, sooner. Well, no. You're not going to fucking
We can't tell the truth. Oh, man.
Get up here and talk to me. Get up here and have a conversation. Twizz and Annie will respectfully get down, and we will have a conversation. But you're not going to talk to me like you talked to Lana. I'll tell you that right now. I just want to know why you did what you did. And where the fuck your mind went sideways, because you were on the right path at one point. Me and you were talking, you had some kind of fucking sense. And then shit went left. And I want to know where and why. I didn't tell you none of that shit. All this fucking shit you're spreading, I don't know where the hell you're getting it. But I didn't tell you that shit. Aw, she's soft. She ain't gonna come up. Let's see. That's all right. I'll just keep playing shit. Let's see what else I got. So many other fucking crazy videos I got of your ass. I'll keep playing shit till you come up. Sweetheart. You wanted me. You got me. Here I am. Come on. Yo, Lana is smart as hell. When she was in fucking court, I was like, yo, I would never fuck with Lana. Like, holy shit. She does her research and fucking asks questions she already knows the answer to. Yeah, nah, fuck that. Nobody helped her with that shit. That was her, what's her name, and the judge, and she fucking went to town.
Yeah, she's anybody who thinks that, she isn't doing her, mods do, if we send her information. There are things that we've helped with, yes, but I promise you, that girl puts in more fucking work on her own, period, hands down. So when I hear someone saying something like that and then trying to use me or another mod in a way to perpetuate, it's just wild. I don't even understand the point of it. Like, We get it. You don't like Lana, so then fine, don't watch her channel. I mean, it's that simple. Yeah, I don't understand what people's problem is.
And that's why everybody's like, oh, you can't talk good about Lana. Listen, I'm not over there all the time, am I? No, but I respect what Lana does. So, if you're going to go on somebody's panel and you're going to act like that, and then on top of it, talk about somebody I like, Twizz, talk about fucking Lana's kid, and then you dox me. You double dose, triple dose. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Now I'm dropping the link.
She's unable to watch these folks live, but y'all can. I will view later.
Who said that?
Jen on X.
Bitch, Jen, bitch, I don't even have X. Okay, so who the fuck are you talking to on there? What the fuck? I don't have X. I don't have none of this shit. You have a link in front of you. Click it, get up here, and explain to me why you did what you did. And then we can move forward. I don't know why it's so hard. I mean, you did this. You brought this upon yourself, hon.
All that's needed is an apology.
That's it. Get up here and explain to me what the fuck your issue is, or you're going to dox me and then say, like, I'm an asshole, like I did something to you. What the fuck did I do to you? You have no receipts of me being disrespectful to you other than this live right here. Right here. This is all you got. Because I tried to be nice to you. You asked me for help. I tried to help you. And then you turn around and fuck me. Twice. And now you won't even come up here and explain to me why? You're a pussy. Stop fucking talking about people. Stop talking about people's kids. Stop doxing people. Okay? Because this is the shit that happens. You run into the wrong fucking person. And you give the wrong person the right information. And I hope that makes sense. Because I have not doxed you. Go ahead and rewind this whole fucking live, sweetheart. I haven't doxed you because I'm not stupid. Because you'll run to the cops, which I can do right now. I can call them. I can play them that part. I can show them my name. I can show them our conversation. And they can put 4 and 4 together. So shut the fuck up. If you're not going to come up here and apologize and explain yourself. Don't talk about Lana. Don't talk about Twizz. Don't talk about Sleuthy. Fuck you. Now, we move on.
I want to know what she thinks is so objectionable that we've put on a live.
Dude, listen.
Just out of curiosity.
You just played a video of her saying she wonders how Brian's feeling. How is he feeling in there? I can't imagine. That same person is now saying he's 1,000% innocent or 1,000% guilty. So where did the mind change? Where did the mind shift? What information came out? Because nothing new came out. So I want to know what misinformation she heard. And I want to get to the bottom of that root. Because at one point she didn't feel like this, Twizz. She thought he was innocent. Or she at least thought she was in the middle.
I got nothing.
Nobody has anything because nothing came out. Nothing came out that was verified. Maybe she read the fucking book. I don't know if she read the book. But again, this shows you how misinformation pollutes a mind that, is in the middle. I mean, you just played a video that proved right there. She's sitting there asking me questions. She's sitting there saying she's wondering how Brian's feeling. So she has some kind of sympathy for Brian because she knows that there's not enough here, right? But yet, in this time frame in a year, she's concocted this fucking thing in her mind that now Brian's innocent or guilty. And I just want to know why. I want to know what changed her mind and what that misinformation was, so then it would just prove how misinformation hurts everything, dude. And these people just keep putting it out like it's fucking nothing, like it's a joke, just to make money, just to get subs, just to get members. I don't want that, dude. Like I got 1,000 subs. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I could have fucking ran with this whole I knew Brian Koberger shit. You kidding me? I could have fucking lied and said, like, trust me. But that's
he
not
threatened to stab me in the 3rd grade.
Exactly. That's what I mean, dude. I could have lied and fucking backed it up with fucking messages. Like, who the fuck knows? But that's not me. I'm not. I look at that as disgusting. Okay. But that's why I'm not popular, because I don't think Brian did it. If I think Brian did it, everybody be sucking my. Tell us more. Like, fuck you. Okay. Brian was not crazy. He wasn't a cannibal. All right. He was a normal ass dude that I thought was going to fucking go on and be an engineer, to be honest with you, when I fucking graduated. Because, if you know my last name and you know his last name, the letter. Okay. So when it comes to he was smart, and I knew he was smart. because the Pennsylvania state assessments, he did really well on. How do I know? Again, put 2 and 2 together. So I genuinely thought when I graduated that Brian was going to go on and be something big, not kill 4 random people in a fucking state that he's never been, or that, you know, isn't even in the state that he's living at the time, and just commit 4 random murders for no reason, without zero motive and just bullshit evidence. I can't. It's hard to live with knowing that person. It really is. And then to see people like this, who you try to like help at one point, that are asking you questions like, hey, do you know this person? Was Brian like this? Was Brian like that? And I tell the truth. And then they spin it now to where here we are. And the same person is now fucking me. This is why I don't help people, bro. Right here. This is a perfect example. You help people and then they turn around and do this. It's amazing.
Well, it is kind of odd too. The timing of when she contacted you, because even when you and I were talking about it, it was like,
yeah, you told me it was
right
a
around
certain
the end
day,
of
right?
March. Yeah, it was like right around the end of March 2023, and that happens to be right around the same time that all of that information came out about Bethany. That's when the Batanti stuff came out. You know, and a lot of these videos, she's contacting you, like reaching out, but then clipping to post almost like for clout, like she's in contact with someone who's close to Brian. It's like clout chasing.
Yeah. Well, that's where I got angry at her, and that's where I kind of just stopped talking to her, because I realized what she was doing, where, you know, I saw where she clipped, like, you know, a voice message I sent, and I was like, yeah, well, what are you doing? Like, you said this was supposed to be like, you know, you're just asking me for your own self gratification, yet you're going around running, oh, I'm talking to somebody that never. No, see, that's not. Again, this is why you have to be like how I am, because if you're nice, you get fucked.
Well, my thing is like, I like to, I don't want to talk about Howard Bloom's book. I don't want to talk about what Steve has said, right? Like, I don't care about none of that shit. I want to talk about, we're 2 years in. We have 17 requests for discovery in this case. We have the state admitting certain things that we know are false now, that were alluded to through the media, stalking being one of them, you know. So it's wild to me that even people who maybe think he's 100% guilty, right, can't just look at the documents for what they are and then listen to what the attorneys are saying in open court, and at least be unbiased in that, and at least listen to what they're saying. Because if you listen to what they're saying and you read the documents, you understand it's not as clear cut as some of people like, you know, Jen would like to make it seem. It's not, like, at all.
Come on, sweetheart. Nobody's blocking you. Just come up. There's the link. Let's go. You can click at any time of this live, and I will stop whatever I'm talking about, and we will have a conversation. And trust me, if you're respectful, I'll be respectful. Trust me. I'll promise you that.
She also said that Brian was outside of their house for an hour right before he got pulled over that one time, when even the prosecution says they've never said he was near the house.
Again, I just want to know where the hell all this, you know, what the hell she's been watching that now she feels this way. Because again, she was caring about how Brian feels in there at one point to now this. Like, what drastic piece of information?
I mean, if you're going to argue for his guilt, can you at least use like court record to do it, and not books, Howard Bloom books, like
not a list of dates that have nothing to do with the night of the crime.
Right. Like, if Howard Bloom is the source, or Ashley Banfield is the source, or Steve Gonzalez is the source, it's not even pertinent or relevant.
Cold. Jen. Yo, that was the most fucking wildest shit ever, dude. I still hear that in my dreams of fucking Jen screaming that. Jen. Jennifer McCabe. Actually, that explains it. Another Jen.
Say it, Trooper Proctor.
all Jens. No offense to any Jens in here, but you know, some Jens, it must be in the name. Who's all in here? Let me take a second real quick. Hey, what's up, Jody? Mark's been in here. Summer, what's going on? Jojo. We got 85 people in here. How many likes do we have? I have no idea, but if you can like it, that'd be cool. You know? Get this shit in the algorithm so fucking people will stop this bullshit and understand there's consequences of their fucking actions. Because again, like I said, if I could dox her whole fucking life right now, but I'm not going to do that. This is why I want to have a conversation with her. Like I'm literally, this is my definition of a peace offering. This live right here, because it could have been way fucking worse. I could have just acted and not thought, and now I'm giving the opportunity to come up and just speak to me. That's all. Just have a conversation. So tomorrow, this hearing, is he going to make a decision tomorrow as far as if they're going to change the venue or not?
Probably not.
Or is he going to say, I have to take all this into consideration? And then fucking tell us like 2 days from now?
Probably.
Gotcha.
It seems like that's his way. But you never know. I mean, I think it's pretty much open and shut now that it's going to get changed. If there's some issues.
All those threats, dude, are wild. Now, where did those threats originate from? Were they that social media, or did they
That's
send
from the survey? Like, that's how people responded to the survey.
Oh my god! Wait, they said that they were going to burn the fucking thing down on the survey?
Yeah,
absolutely.
It wasn't even like an anonymous fucking message.
No.
What the fuck?
That's like the crazy thing about it.
Jesus Christ, dude. I thought that was just like, these are anonymous messages. Fucking people are sending back shit with their address on it. We're going to burn the fucking courthouse down.
That's what I mean. One of the reasonings that even Shannon Gray uses on behalf of the family, right? That it needs to stay in Latah because like the people of Latah are entitled. They want it to stay in Latah. And I'm like, well, no shit, Sherlock, because that's the county that said they'd kill him. Of course that's where they want it to stay.
Yeah. Without proof.
Exactly. They just want
Where's the proof?
Yeah, they don't give a fuck if he did it or not. They just want somebody so the public isn't fucking breathing down their neck. That's all. That's all this is. And if you have any kind of common sense, you can see it. So, well, I guess she's not going to come up. You guys are witnesses, right? I tried. I even fucking, made a peace offering. She didn't take it. So now whatever happens, happens. But I tried. I tried doing this in a nice way. So the county, now how far away is that county that they want to move it to? It's only like, what, 10, 15 minutes away?
No, it's 5 hours. It's in Boise.
Oh. Okay. I thought it was like the next town over or something like that. So that could be
Bill wanted to do it in Lewiston. That's not going to work.
She blocked me on Twitter. I'm dead. So what is, I thought there was another city that they were looking at too. I can't remember the name. I didn't think it was Lewiston. I think it was something else. I can't remember.
Well, Nez Perce, but that's I think they're talking Nez Perce County, which is where Lewiston is at.
Gotcha. Yeah, like I said, it doesn't make sense to have this and that, especially if you're saying these are from the fucking surveys. Which, are you sure?
Yeah.
Well, where would they write that? I mean, is there like a comment section or something?
There must be at the end.
It's how they answered the question. They were asked like, what do you think would happen
if he was
to be acquitted, found not guilty, things like that. Yeah. And those were some of the responses that were given by members.
Must be like a question at the end, because it really has nothing to do with like the case, really. Just must be some question at the end.
That's
somebody would take him out and do the good old boy justice. Like,
so wait,
what?
How many surveys did they send?
400.
So out of 400, people want to burn a fucking place down? Jesus Christ,
The
dude.
funnier thing is on their reply to the survey, that was like a short list of what was in like their big survey document. And I'm sure like they picked out like the worst ones, of course, but I don't even think it was 10 listed there. And there was like a full page in the full document.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I hope that makes a difference. I mean, I know it's still it's only 5 hours away, but I think they'd be more reluctant to shoot this person over this bullshit evidence than the town, it sounds like.
Yeah.
I think
There's
Bill,
no way.
I think that John Judge knows that he's going to have no other choice
Oh my God,
than to
yeah.
grant it.
Well, if he keeps it in that county, right? Or if he keeps it like here and she's found guilty, just the fact of those survey answers, would that just them in itself, without anything else, be some kind of ground for an appeal to show bias?
That's what I was just thinking. I think it's definitely going to be an appellate issue if he doesn't grant the change of venue. SCOTUS is going to be side-eyeing that one.
Hey, Fofa. Oh shit, Fofa's here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's going to get to trial, but
dude, how can you say that?
Yeah, I don't think it is either. I don't think it's going to trial.
Unless
What's gonna
this is
happen?
like the one thing, because if they're saying in Latah that they would kill him if he's found not guilty or whatever, and they get everything dropped before trial, he'll still be in that county when it is dropped. So they might wait at this point. I don't know.
I can't see how you go to trial with no evidence. That's what I can't get past. Like, I understand that guilters think there's a whole bunch of circumstantial evidence, but there's not even that, dude, if you think about it. As far as like what's going to make it, past these fucking her suppressed shit, dude, that she's going to try to suppress. Like, how much shit is going to get passed that's really going to matter if you lay all the cards out? Not much. But that's enough to shoot this dude? What the fuck? Yeah, no. That's wild, bro. This wouldn't even be enough to like hold people in like some fucking states. They're lucky they even still have them in jail.
Oh, just wait until we like get everything. I think a lot of people are gonna be like, why the fuck did they arrest this kid?
Right.
Yeah, but if you don't think that when you read a PCA, then like, I don't know. I just feel like all other PCAs you read, you're like, fuck. But this one, you're like, what the fuck?
Actually, the probable cause affidavits are kind of important. And here's why, right? Because these affidavits of probable cause are what was used to secure search and arrest warrants.
Yeah.
You have Masseth talking about motions to suppress warrants are coming. If your lead investigators used inaccurate or incorrect information and they supplied that in their affidavits to secure these warrants, and the defense can prove that they knowingly inserted, like, for instance, CAS data. If your affiant is lying and misrepresenting the CAS data used to secure an arrest warrant, that can be grounds to get the arrest warrant thrown out, because we know they did not have the full CAS data. We know that now based on size testimony. So the alleged CAS data used to secure this arrest is not actually the CAS data they had. So they lied. He misrepresented the facts in his affidavit to secure the arrest.
Absolutely. And that's why like people are saying that the PCA doesn't matter. But how can that means that you have to now you can't just change your timeline like that. Like the PCA has to matter.
will always be relevant because it could get the case thrown out.
That's what I thought. Like you figure they would have, like you can they can
This
resort.
is why Bill now says it's irrelevant, because Bill knows that the entirety of that PCA is exculpatory to the defendant. That's just my opinion. That's why he wants to call it irrelevant now, because it's actually the most relevant thing due to how fraudulent it actually is.
Yeah. Just like he did with, he wasn't stalking them. Yeah, Bill knows that there's nothing there, but I just think that he's retiring after this. He doesn't really give a fuck. This is all just damage control. But other people think that they're like actually looking for another suspect. I'm not there. I don't think that. I don't think they're looking for anybody else.
They're looking,
but
whether they have one or not.
Yeah, but are they really using resources? Are they really looking for somebody else? Like,
I hope so.
I don't know if they're looking for alternate suspects. That's just something that the defense has addressed in open court, and the defense has kind of angled it in a way that that's what it appears to them the state is doing, due to the fact that they won't turn over certain information that's been requested 15, 16, 17 times. It would appear that information is being used, which is why it can't be turned over. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying that's what they're suggesting in open court. These are not my words. This is just what some of the things that the defense has claimed. These are some of the things that I was hoping to talk to some of these guilters about, because I think that it's important that they look at this kind of information and view it in the same way that they would view it as if it was coming from the state. Like, I don't understand why you can't take both sides equally for what they're saying and then use critical thinking skills and, logical deduction to kind of come up with something coherent.
That's what I mean. Like, if they had shit on Brian, they had shit on Brian. I didn't, I wouldn't have any problem admitting it. I don't give a fuck, But when it's not there, it's not there. And I'm not one to just pretend like, oh yeah, he could have done this, or it could have happened this way, or could have happened that way. That's not how this shit works. It shouldn't work like that, especially when they want to shoot this dude.
He connected to a cell phone tower. Let's place him over here.
Yeah, no, fuck that. It should be like, we have his DNA under the victim's fingernails. We have victim's DNA in his car. I mean, something. There's always something. Watch any other fucking case.
A perfect example, in my opinion, is today. The FBI press conference that was held for the arrest of Officer Farwell in Massachusetts. That is a perfect example of what the FBI does when they know they've got everything they need. They have no problem coming out and telling you, this is what we did, this is what we got, and this motherfucker's going to jail. That is not what happened in this case. This is like one of the very few cases where the FBI appears to have done all the work and they do not want any of the credit for it. So I don't know what happened between the agencies, but clearly there was miscommunication of some kind, or maybe a violation of chain of custody on evidence, or something that nobody wants to admit to, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like the FBI doesn't want to play along. Like, I feel like they were like, "Yo, why'd you run with?" If you had to ask, if they had a conversation, right, just a normal conversation, it would go like, "Yo, why'd you run with that tip, bro?" Like, it was only a tip. Now you fucking locked us into this, trying, that we have to back you up with this and that. We don't have that.
We're not trying to bail your ass out.
Yeah.
But think, if you're the FBI and you know that you did not supply the CAS data they're claiming that you supplied for their arrest, imagine if you're that agent. Imagine if you're the agents who are like, wait a minute, we didn't what are they talking about? We didn't give them that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's that situation, but imagine if it is. Imagine if these agents are like, that's not what we supplied them, actually.
I bet Nick Balance is pissed.
I was listening to a gentleman today. He's an attorney. He's a federal attorney. Okay. And he was giving some commentary on the arrest of this officer in Massachusetts. Right. And one of the things that he was talking about is in cases like this, where the FBI has done the bulk of the investigative work. When you get that case, it comes to you in this perfect little file. Everything is chronological. Everything is beginning to end. Everything is exactly what they did, how they did it, who they spoke to, when they spoke to them, whose DNA they got, what they did. It comes to you like that ready to go. In this case, that is not what happened. We know that. Our discovery in this case is a snow globe swirling around us. So it would appear that the file that was turned over by the feds to the state in this case was not a perfectly chronological, orderly file. It was all over the place. So, which is wild to me because I'm listening to this gentleman tell me that this is what the FBI gives you in every federal case. This is what you get. And it comes to you neatly packaged, ready to go, start to finish. And if it comes to you all gumped up and out of order and things are missing and you've got, this over here when it's supposed to be over here, it's a problem. It shows intentional. There was a word that he used for it. It's like almost like, they intentionally kind of mixed things up before it was handed to you to go through.
Yeah. There was somebody backstage, but I just wanted to. I never seen it before. I don't know where they went though. Gummy Bear? Anybody know Gummy Bear? Never heard of them. Me neither. But they had their camera on. I was scared. But they were gonna. I didn't want nobody showing their pee-pee. Like on John's. That was still wild, dude. Oh shit. Yeah, I mean, at least in the Karen Reed case, they fabricated evidence. Here, they didn't even, they don't even have shit to fabricate. I mean, they tried with the whole fucking thing they didn't save or whatever, but that's never going to hold up. Ever. Oh, I didn't save the file. Okay, Jack.
No, they still fabricated it. Like his whole route will be fabricated. You connect to this tower and this tower, so we drew a line from the house that covered both the towers.
Yeah, but I mean, like, how they, like, smashed her fucking taillight. And I mean, they did a lot of shit. They, like, sprinkled fucking taillight shit on the lawn. I'm just saying, like, I don't... Yeah. I mean, they should have done something. Yeah, dude, they should have done something. Where'd they get the hair from
O'Keefe,
Well, I think it's all going to come down to, too, just like in every other case, right? Beyond a reasonable doubt. You have to look at the things in this case that are reasonable doubt. An 8-hour time delay, right? There's too many. An 8-hour time delay, that's reasonable doubt. Yep. Right? No blood in the car. No evidence from the crime scene in the alleged suspect.
I'm sorry, 3 DNAs.
That's, reasonable doubt.
Yeah. And then sprinkle in the 3 DNAs.
3 DNAs, right? That's what I'm saying. So, like, if you actually go down the list of the things the defense could use as reasonable doubt, never mind third-party culpability, and then you start compounding these things, never mind warrant, motions to suppress warrants. If you're able to get a search warrant thrown out, if you're able to get any evidence obtained through that search warrant thrown out, I mean, what do you have left, really?
That's what I mean. Like, at least they had something to fucking take and show a jury in the Karen Reed case, even though it was bullshit. I don't see what they're going to, like, come out with at the end here and have any pot to piss in. No pun intended. But it's just not going to happen. I don't see it. Unless they find a weapon or somehow and, he buried it somewhere. But come on. They would have found that shit by now. What, 3 years later, they're going to fucking dig up the murder weapon?
Well, that's what I mean. I've been willing to entertain people even when they're like, oh, well, he had 2 phones. I'm like, you know what? He did. You're right about that. He did have 2 phones. He did. And that's a fact, and that's okay. And I'm willing to be open to that. I've also been like, yeah, he did have 2 phones. So do we,
where's the other cast data
at? Bingo. Well, bingo. It would appear that no one did any cast data for his work phone, which is wild to me that wouldn't have been done.
Damn well it would have been done if it was necessary.
Well, I'm just saying. So if you're looking at your main suspect in a quadruple homicide and you know that suspect has more than one device, I would imagine you're just going to get the data for the devices. Oh, it would warrant, you'd have probable cause for that. I'm not sure exactly why the second phone, unless that is one of the three from last summer, the 3 new AT&T warrants. Is that one of them, his teaching phone? I have no freaking idea.
But what's the significance? So what are they trying to say? That he put his phone somewhere else to look like he was elsewhere? Is that what these people are implying?
Significance, apparently, the significance is that if he had 2 devices, he could make one look like it's just, he's hiking out and whatever. And right, who knows? I don't know. He supposedly was like, he supposedly like used the shower curtain to fucking Dexter the car. I don't know.
That means that he planted a phone in somebody else's car that went to YYY Park that had no idea his phone was in the car.
Well, that's the thing. There'd have to be an accomplice if there were 2 phones going.
There would have to be right. It would be more than one, and then the argument is still moot because it's not just him. If there is accomplices, right? So they're still in a pickle no matter what because they're married to the lone killer narrative. Yeah. Therefore, you can't implicate co-defendants when the entire time the narrative has been lone killer.
Yeah. There's no way in hell 12 people can sit down on a table with what we know so far and with what Anne's been presented so far and come up to a conclusion to shoot this man. It's just, other than being, people in the town that just want, to see him die, it's not happening. It's just, that's so out of reach. Okay, it might get to trial, but there's no fucking way Brian's found guilty. No. Sorry. I
just feel like
because the family deserves justice. Like, it's so sick.
Yes. It is sick, and I'm willing to listen to both sides, but I'm not going to be talked to by anybody as though I'm stupid or I'm, I don't want someone using me or
nobody's stupid. I mean, listen, all these people have to do is use. I mean, look, you brought up the 2-phone scenario. All 3 of us used our common sense and realized, well, that can't be true because that means, there'd be an accomplice. These people can't do that. They're like, oh, 2 phones. He did it. He did it. He drove over here and then he drove back over there. No. Go down and break down what the fuck they're looking at and be like, oh, well, obviously that's not possible. Just like 417 to 420. That ain't fucking possible. So obviously either their timeline's wrong or it ain't Brian. One or the other. And if you change the
timeline is wrong, it'd be really hard to fit Brian into it.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? Because of the time?
Well, yeah, no matter what, they have Brian leaving WSU campus at 2:53 and then coming back at 5:25. So you'd have to fit in anything with him in between that.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what, they have him in a window.
Right.
I mean, if this jury is truly unbiased, it's not happening. Brian's not going to be convicted. So, yeah, I mean, I might be on board with this won't go to trial because if you're gonna take a shot at somebody, like, even if you have to say, all right, we fucked up, we have the wrong person. Like, isn't that better than this? It has to be. Yes, the family's going to be upset, but killing another person is your solution? What the fuck?
That's what I think is so funny because all these people are like, well, what about the victim's family? I'm like, okay, so you think getting the wrong guy is justice for them? Or
yeah, right? I feel more like a piece of shit.
I feel like, too, even when it comes to the victims' families, like, and I don't say this to be mean, right? But we hear a lot of talk about how the victims' families and the Moscow community are the ones entitled to try this case. And the fact of the matter is, under the United States Constitution, under the laws of this country, the only person entitled to anything in this trial is the defendant. And he's entitled to a fair and impartial jury, period. Yep. So
and that's why, like, no offense, but like, if I could pick my perfect jury for this case specifically, it would be 12 male 40-year-old engineers. Because they're going to be able to analyze shit and break shit down correctly and not put any kind of emotion into this shit. Because that's what's driving everything, Annie, is emotion. Emotion, because people are sad. People are upset that the family's upset. Well, again, that's not what
Even
the
look
Constitution...
at Bill Thompson's arguments. They're always emotional.
Right.
Yeah. Every time he opens his mouth, he gives some away. I love it. Every time he gets mad, he was like, oh, okay, Bill. Tell us more. Tell us more.
I just think it's kind of gotten away from everybody how much. The way that I look at it is, if there are people out there that are willing to say, well, so what? It doesn't matter how they got to him. So what if they violated his rights? People who think like that are likely never going to change that thought process, sadly. That's number one. Number two, they're the prime example of why selecting jury members is so important. And right, like
like these people want the same thing. If these people were in this position, charged with a quadruple homicide, they would want the same thing. They would want a fair trial and not to be just fucking railroaded. But yet, so many people are okay with him being railroaded. No. You got to put yourself in these people's position. You know, if he did it, he did it. But if he didn't, he didn't. Just let the evidence fall where it is, and then make an educated decision. Don't try to just add shit from fairy tale fucking books that these people are writing.
Well, here's the crazy thing,
like
too.
adding stuff to the PCA.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. And if they just look at it for what it is, they would see that, like, okay, so wait a minute. Even though I think, like, even if you just, as one of these people, you think he's super guilty. Okay, awesome. You think they have everything. That's amazing. But ask yourself, if they have everything, why won't they produce it?
Why are they still waiting on shit? Supposedly.
Right? So if you have everything, and you've had everything, and they've known since they arrested him, yep, this is him, then why not produce it to the defense? Why are we on 17 requests for discovery? Why is the state still withholding something that was given to them, start to finish, in chronological perfect order from the feds, yet somehow the defense got it all mumble jumbled and in a snow globe? How did it go from a perfect file to like somebody, ran a hurricane through it?
I can't imagine what the hell Ann was handed over. Holy shit. For a whole bunch of bullshit.
I know they need to do like a document. I hope they're like recording it all. I hope there's a fat documentary after.
It better be.
After it all.
Like,
I want to know what that video is that she got handed. What was edited?
Yeah.
Because I bet they just took out clips of his car that would show it, not him. Or at least not his car, I mean. Like, everything about it is shady on what the prosecution has done the entire time.
Well, I just feel like
it ain't that far.
We have a lot of cases where it appears that for whatever reason, your federal agents are giving assessments in the beginning of these cases, and local law enforcement is ignoring those assessments and ignoring that evidence. I don't know why, but there's a theme. There appears to be a theme happening in many cases across the country. So in my opinion, there's a part of me that thinks that, like, the feds gave them something in the beginning, and that assessment was ignored. That's just my personal opinion. Because if you think about it, right, like if the feds turned over this perfect file, start to finish, chronological order, and somehow it gets from the state to the defense and it's no longer in perfect order, there's things missing, things that have just been missing since it was turned over, right? Obviously, from the time it got from the federal agency to the state to the defense, someone has removed items from the file, or those items never existed in the first place.
Yeah.
So where do you go with that? Where do you go at that point? Do you, right? Are the feds going to come out and say,
No fucking
no,
way.
no. Right.
I don't think the feds are going to get involved. Like, I don't think. I'm curious to see what the feds do in this situation they're in. Very curious.
I mean, it would appear the state's kind of throwing them under the bus. The state's saying, I don't know, this is how they gave it to us.
That's why I think there's
That's
a little bit of headbutting going on between the state and the FBI.
Yeah. Bill Thompson's argument is, well, we can't give you what we don't have. This is how they gave it to us. Oopsie.
Yeah. And the FBI could be like, why the fuck are you saying this shit? Like, yeah.
Even in their latest filing. Yeah. Even in this latest filing, they had to make a correction to their objection to the change of motion. Change of venue motion. And their correction is basically admitting that even though in our objection, we told you we didn't have all the data from these surveys, correction, we do have all the data. And I'm going, so then your argument is mute. Your argument is moot. Your objection is moot. They're trying to say that the reason they're objecting to the change of venue is because the defense did not provide them with adequate enough to have it moved, right? They didn't meet the threshold, basically, to have it moved. Fact of the matter is, not only did they meet that threshold, all of the data he claimed in his objection he didn't have, he had.
Exactly. They have they have the shit. Everything. I think they have everything. Like, everything has been handed over. This whole we don't have everything is just a bluff because what they have is so bad. My opinion.
Well, the point that I'm getting at is he's misrepresenting information in a sworn document, right? You know, it's wild to me. It's wild to me that
but it's his last case. So is it really that wild to you?
It's just wild to me they're allowed to get away with it. That the courts aren't. Well, I mean, I don't know. I know a lot of people like the judge and stuff. I'm not going to badmouth the judge or anything.
The judge
but
is fucking. Are you kidding me? The judge can't fucking make a decision to save his life. He ain't ready for this shit. She's like,
are you guys
gonna play along? Like, dude, that's not how shit works.
You know, he should be the one kind of
take charge.
Like, hey, right, exactly. You know, even if you don't want to step on toes or you want to just try and take this nicely, okay, cool, you can do that, but also demand that anything, right? Turn it over.
Yeah, well, look at the lawyer. Look at the lawyer in the Alec Baldwin trial. If that lawyer was on this fucking case, Brian would be out of jail. I'm sorry, judge. The judge in the Alec Baldwin case. If that judge was a judge in this case, Brian would never, ever go to fucking jail. Ever.
You might have somebody down below.
Oh, hold on. Oh, Jasmine. Hey, Jasmine.
Hi.
Sorry, I just saw a pop up and it says something. I'm on a phone.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, what's going on?
No, I have a question for you guys. Well, I don't know if it's a question. I love the way you guys talk to each other. I like how I like your opinion and how you can all talk to each other to either disagree or not disagree. And I like that about the way you guys talk because that's what it's all about,
Exactly.
And I don't know,
it's really not hard.
To be honest with you, I just wanted to say why this case, kind of like, I don't know if it's just me, but I wish that, I like Lena and I watch a lot of her show and I watched her show yesterday.
Did you?
And I was kind of like, how can I explain it to you? Like, I felt like like how why can this society, why do we have to bash each other because we disagree with somebody? And I feel
But that wasn't a disagreement. That was jealousy.
no, I agree,
You
but
know.
I feel like why do we have to bash each other? Like, because you know what, to be honest with you, I like true crime. I'm passionate about justice. You
Hmm.
know, I not that I'm an expert, but I'm passionate. When you're passionate about something, that's what you do. Like,
Yeah.
and what gets to me is that it's sad because you can't, and I wanted to have a YouTube channel, but that's what scares me a little bit,
Oh.
because of the bashing. Because if you go against one narrative or you go against somebody, um people start digging you up. Some
Yeah.
people might say crazy shit, and then, or like, for an example, the I feel like I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but I feel like Lena, like, to me, I kind of think the way she does. I'm not saying if he's guilty, then he got to do the time. If he's innocent, then he's innocent. But that's why we got the justice system, proven
Yep.
into innocent until
That's what people
proven
don't understand.
guilty. And I feel like just because we we call out law enforcement or we call out something that is wrong, that doesn't mean that we're for
Anti.
Cole.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't do it, or or we're on this. It's not about that. To me, it's about,
Exactly. Because we don't have a horse in a race.
yeah, like, to me,
We're not
it's
looking at life
about,
or
it's
death
to
penalty.
yeah, like, to me, it's about justice. And I feel like,
Exactly. It's about being an American and watching this unfold in a manner how we would want ourselves in that position to unfold. Like that's why that's why we care about this so much, because we want to see this done correctly, because we kind of see ourselves in that position, and it's fucked up,
yeah, I agree.
right? I
And
mean,
no, I totally agree with you. I really totally agree. And what bothers me, I'm trying to make my conversation short because I know you guys got something better else to do.
that's
But
all right.
what I'm trying to say, to me, how I feel like, I guess because I have my experiences and I've been through my with my family and through how I feel. Like, to
Hmm.
me, I'm gonna be honest with you. To me, I feel that the Gonzalez has a lot of. I feel bad for them, and I get it, and I will be mad too. And when somebody says this is who killed your loved one, that's already, once you say that person, that name is gonna be embedded, and
Yeah.
no matter what they say, it's gonna change their mind.
Amen.
You know what I mean? And I get it, and I understand that hurts, and you don't want to see nothing because that's what they already put in your head. And I understand that, but then I understand the other side too, because the other side loses too. Nobody wins in this.
Exactly.
Both parties lose.
Yep.
So
Even
just
even if
because,
they let Brian out tomorrow, right? The
yeah,
families now have no closure, and Brian, his life, he can't go anywhere.
yeah. So to me, I feel like his, like, yeah, some, like, for me, like, I look at both aspect of this situation. I look at the defendant and I look at the parents, and I look at it like, damn, like, I feel bad for him too, because how about if he is innocent? This is sad. And not even, let's say I do feel guilty, I still feel bad for his parents because
Exactly. And like I said,
they
I knew his
lose
mom. Like his mom's a nice lady. Like
his,
one of the nicest ladies in Pleasant Valley, and that's why, like, it's fucked up. I can't imagine what she's
yeah,
going through.
like, and I feel bad because they lose something too. Both sides lose
Yep.
in this situation. There's no winning situation on this. Both parties lose. And just because I say, let's say for an example, I say, "Oh, I feel bad for Brian Colbert," that doesn't mean that approving of what I did. I mean, what
Yeah,
he did. I feel I am on their side because I feel bad for his family too. That doesn't mean
yeah.
that I agree with that what he did was right. So
That's what I mean. Like
that doesn't mean
at some point, these people who put others down for being in the middle or think he's innocent have to sit down. I don't know how they're not sitting down and asking themselves, why do so many people think this? Like,
yeah.
it's not just a couple people now, right? Like before, there was only like a couple people that would speak out about, that he might not have done this and shit. Now, you can go places and say shit you weren't allowed to say before, and you won't get attacked and this, that, and a third
Hmm.
because there hasn't been enough put out to change people's mind, and it actually has gone in the opposite direction. I mean,
Like,
as much as like there are channels that still think he's guilty, it's nowhere near as bad as like it was in the beginning.
yeah.
Nowhere
Like,
close.
yeah, like I agree. Like I hate when people start saying, "Let me back that," because I don't like to say hate. I'm trying to change. I want to. I don't
All
like
right.
using the word hate. I don't know. I guess I'm getting older. And the way I view things are so much different now as I'm getting older. And I just dislike when people start saying,
There
"Oh,
you go. Just like
like how he goes to court. How dare he goes to court that he could wear a suit." Like I'm not defending him, but he is innocent until proven guilty. He has that right to wear a suit
exactly.
to represent himself. And for you to go out there and say, "Oh, I never seen this before," you're full of shit because I see it all the
That's
time
what I
when
mean.
I'm
Like,
watching
have you
TV.
seen any other cases where like people are bitching and harping on somebody's alibi like this? Because like I figured like in other cases when people like give some alibi, the nobody really harps on it because the prosecution has so much evidence where it's not even relevant. And that's why I
To
think
me,
they
with
harp
his,
on it so
to,
much here because it's relevant because they don't have much. That's
yeah,
my opinion.
I to be honest, what I think about the alibi, if
Mm-hmm.
you want my perspective, I
Come here,
think
lady.
he's not giving his alibi because maybe he wants, it's not that he's trying to get all info. I strongly believe that he doesn't want to
Maybe.
give up the rest of it because he feels maybe they'll intimidate them. So
Mhm.
the prosecutor, like what they did with the girl with the DNA, with with that, how they went to her house. You know, I wouldn't
Ooh.
blame. Like I wouldn't know. Like no, give me the rest of the data, and I'll give you my rest of my alibi because if I give it you, do I have to worry about it? Like you're gonna go get the feds to go and talk to this alibi
That's
and I'm
exactly what
not
they did
around.
too. I mean, that's exactly what they did. Is they they sat there and bitched about his alibi, and it gives them. It's like the prosecution's waiting for his alibi so they can build
I
something
think that's
around it.
his
Where
last card.
if you have the evidence, you have the evidence. You shouldn't give a shit what the person you arrested said they did or where they were. If you had them, you had them. But
Yes, exactly.
you don't have them, and that's why they cared so much.
And it's crazy because this is the problem with, I feel like, this is the problem, like I feel as a justice system, like we're so off. This justice system is so fucked up, and I'm not defending nobody. If he did it, then he did it, and you know what? He got to do what he got to do. He got to pay for it. If he didn't do it, shows you
Well, he
this
doesn't
is
seem
what.
like a stupid person. I mean, like I said, I sort of knew this dude, and I spoke to people who knew him. Like, he's not a stupid person. If they had him, right, and he did this
Yeah.
shit, I feel like he would, spare his
You
life.
wouldn't you wouldn't give a problem giving all the evidence, because
I'm
if
just
I
saying
got
he was never
somebody, I'm gonna
suicidal.
be, as a
Like he was never
cop, as a
suicidal.
prosecutor, I'm gonna
You
be
know,
like, if I have somebody, I'm like, what, you want all the information? You sure you want it? Because I'm gonna give it to you. Are you sure you want it? Because I'm confident that that's the guy. I feel sometimes like, why are they giving such a hard. He
Where'd
has
she
to
go?
defend
you
himself.
there?
Hello.
You cut out there a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're good.
Like, you know, I feel like if they got all the evidence, just give it to them. If you're that confident, stop being around the bush.
Exactly, Meg. The prosecutor, usually they do hand everything over. That's why I don't see how there's any way, shape, or form that Brian Koberger had any fair shot at a speedy trial. How can
No, he
anybody with a
doesn't.
straight face tell me that Brian Koberger had a fair, if he would have took it, it would have been fair. If the prosecution's still waiting on shit 2 years later, how the fuck were they going to get it in 6 months?
I agree with you. And you know,
The
another
only
thing.
reason he waived it is because they dropped all that shit on Anne's head.
Wow.
I mean, she said it. Nothing was in order. It was patches of this, patches of that. She's asking
I
for
agree.
more.
I agree, totally agree with you. Like when everybody was bashing Ann Taylor, I kept on
Mhm.
saying, yo, she's quiet. She's gonna come out. She's probably waiting for the right moment. She looks
Yeah.
like the type of person like me, like, go ahead, keep going, keep going, keep going. And then I dropped that bomb. That like, oh
Mhm.
shit, where she came from? Like, where this like that's the type of
She was
person
trying
that
to play nice. I mean, I
yeah,
saw a switch in her.
like I felt like she got her cards. She knows what she's doing. She's playing her cards. Sometimes you gotta kiss ass to get the stuff that you want. You don't know if that's what she was doing in the beginning. She was
Looking at
you know,
this.
you gotta kiss ass to get info. You gotta be
Yeah.
nice to get what you want, right? So I'm assuming, yeah. And to be honest, like the way she was acting, I felt like what? No public defender is gonna go all out the way she has. I'm sorry. That's a
Unless,
public defender. Unless she
unless,
feels that he's innocent,
there you
no
go.
public defender in this world is gonna go hard on somebody, especially a public defender. I'm
Exactly.
sorry. I know that life.
Yeah. They get your ass to plea. They're like, oh shit, they
Exactly.
got a lot of shit on you. Take the plea.
Like no the way no way or shape or form I feel like the way she came out, like she's
It's
not
fucking
gonna
brain
go hard.
malfunction.
She's a public defender.
Yeah. And to
That
say that,
means
and
that
then the other
she
chick, and then the
feels
other chick says it's a privilege to represent this man. That they're saying murdered four, college students. This chick's saying it's a privilege to represent him. Why would you say that if you truly didn't feel like he was innocent? Nobody
I
just says
agree
that
with
shit.
you. I agree with you 100%.
Come
Trust
on.
me. I agree with
Wait, is he
you.
still alive, bro?
And
Twizz fell asleep.
Yo.
Yeah. What are you fucking tired again?
No, I'm just chilling. You guys are talking.
No, bro. You slept till like fucking 1 p.m. today.
he's funny
Yeah,
because
but when did I fall asleep?
I don't
I
know.
be
What did you
watching
do all night? Where were
I
you?
be
I'm curious.
I fell asleep like early 10, 11, something like that. Woke up at like
Really?
1, couldn't fall back asleep till
Oh,
like
so you're like me, huh?
7.
Oh, you're like me. Yeah. I sleep for like 2-3 hours and I wake up and I sweat my ass off for like an hour and I go back to sleep.
You know that girl that she was arguing with you, with Lena, last night? I was like, wait
Ooh,
a
the bitch
minute,
I'm trying to get, the bitch that this live's about? Yeah, I dropped the link like 10 times for her to come up here.
No, it's crazy because I was like, wait a minute, do I
Straight
have her on
pussy.
my TikTok? I'm like, oh my God, I gotta delete this chick.
Yo,
Oh my
chicks is
God.
straight nuts. Like I said, I've never had anybody send me a voice message as a hi before, let alone 13 in a row of just. So what is that? 13 30-second videos would be how long of a clip? Can anybody do that math?
Wow.
6 minutes.
Don't
Six
ask me
minutes.
'cause I suck at math.
That's 6 minutes. 6 minutes and some change, right? 6 minutes and some change as like a hello. Instead of just saying hi, I get a 6-minute fucking, of wah of who the fuck this person is and why she's all freaking out about this case. And I'm like, oh my God, this is fucking wild.
At first I was like, wait a minute, is she a fan of Lena and she's just mad because she wanted attention from her? Is that what happened? That she wasn't
That's why I told you.
helping?
That's why I said earlier. It's that to me, how she feels about Lena and stuff was jealousy. The reason she brought up my name, knowing that I have fucking full blown her in 4K, 8K, 12K, you can go all the way up to K you want. She should have shut the fuck up. Yet she fucking says my name, says Twizz's name. Well, no, you know, puts Twizz down, puts Dago down. You know, that alone is enough for me to fucking come at you. And then you dox me, bitch. What the fuck did I do to you? You know, so that's why I went live, because, you know, you got to teach people sometimes. And I dropped the link a bunch of times for her to come up, but she's a pussy. You know, she'd go up on Lana's because, you know,
I
she
give
knows.
Lana credit.
Yeah, because
I give her credit.
Lana has established something, and what she tried to do is try to, you know, make Lana look bad. And Lana did the correct thing that I'm not good at doing, because I don't give a fuck if this channel gets shut down. I don't care. Understand? They can shut me down right now. I don't give two fucks. I'll catch you on some chats, right? You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. This YouTube shit don't matter to me. So, you know, but this chick has to learn. You can't just walk around fucking saying whatever you want when, you know, there's consequences in life. You know? Shut the
I
fuck
thought
up
she was
sometimes.
mad because Lena, I guess, to me, I took it as, is she mad because Lena wasn't paying attention to her or listening to her, you know, her
But I don't
opinion?
blame Lena, because, like I said, I eventually said hello, and then we had, like, I tried to have like a conversation, but she would send so much shit. I had to restrict her messages because it was just so much. I couldn't sit there and just, you know, listen and watch and listen and watch. It was never text. It was all video and voice message. So it was just too much to handle, and I had to restrict her. Maybe Lana did the same thing, but you can't fault. And then, you know, so I'm guessing that's why she's mad at me. But you can't fault people that just don't want to talk to you
That's what I
anymore.
was saying. Like,
You know what I
you
mean?
can't
Like,
get mad at people that don't want to take like your
what the
advice
fuck?
or don't want to go down your rabbit hole. I
Space
look
Ball
at Lena
Queen.
like sometimes Lena's funny because I like the way she's thinking. She's thinking
Oh
from
yeah.
her opinion, and you can't tell her not to think what she wants to think in
That's what I
her
mean. When I first
channel.
came on the YouTube, like when I first came in the
That's
YouTube
her
scene, you know,
perspective.
exactly. And like when I first came in the YouTube scene, you know, where again, nobody fault me for where the fuck I was, because nobody fucking knows when you get on, you know, about YouTube live and shit. You know, where I was at, they were like, never go over there. You know, they were like, never go over there. Everybody's nuts over there and they're crazy. And then like, I was like, I'm definitely going over there. And I went over there and I'm like, oh, they're using common sense over here. So what the fuck is everybody's problem?
I agree with you. I agree with you.
You
Like,
know,
I
so
don't
that's
know,
why, like,
like,
you
what's
know,
the
and but every
problem?
time I
Like,
say something positive about Lena, there's always like one or two people that are like, "Don't say something nice about her." Like, fuck off. Why? Because she's, you know, she speaks her mind and doesn't fucking sugarcoat shit. Too bad. That's
I
life,
agree
baby.
with you. I agree with you. I feel like she goes on, you know, on her opinion, and you can't tell her on her channel, oh, don't think this way. You can't,
Exactly. I was like, oh,
like,
yo, if
you
this bitch ever spoke to me like that,
like, you can't get mad if she doesn't. I can't. That's like telling somebody, oh, do this. You can't tell me what to do on my channel.
exactly.
If she's sending Lena money, I can't help if you don't
But
like.
here's the thing, though, right? Even though this, you know, even though this bitch docs me, this is how I operate, right? Even though this bitch docs me, how I am, if she came up here and was respectful and apologized and this, that, and the third, and we had a conversation, you guys know me. I'm capable of that, right? And I extended that opportunity to her. She didn't take it, so now she's fucked. You know what I mean? Now all her shit could fucking go. I'm just not going to dox her because now, you know, I have something to hold over her. Like, yo. Like, she doxed me, I didn't dox her, right?
Yeah.
I just have the shit to show who this person was, which was, I wonder how Brian's feeling in there, right? And now she's fucking putting people down for wondering how Brian's feeling. Don't be a fucking hypocrite,
Yeah, I
all
agree
right?
with
I
you.
hate hypocrites.
I hate when people start saying, "Oh, where's he getting all this? He must be living good in jail." No, that doesn't. That's not how it works. White people keep saying that they live like shit in jail, and the only way that he
Yeah,
will be okay if you
there's
don't
like
know if
four
they
people in
sending
there.
him money, you don't know who's who, you don't know if his
Exactly.
parents is sending him money
Yeah, you
for
don't know how much
him
is
to
on his
do that,
commissary.
or you know what I mean. You don't
Yeah,
know.
he's not fucking Wade Wilson where there's fucking, you know, but that's okay, right? You know, when there's fucking thousands of chicks fucking, you know, salivating over this piece of shit that ran over a woman and all kinds of shit and killed another. That's okay over there, but over here, you know,
It's a problem.
and what the fuck? Like, that dude's a monster. And you want to talk about evidence? Jesus Christ. Like that dude
That's
confessed.
crazy.
They had fucking, blood out. I mean, they didn't need anything. They didn't even need his confession over in the fucking Wade Wilson case. But that just shows you that, there's two different thinking aspects where that's
Yes,
okay,
I agree with you.
you
I
know.
agree. Like, it's just sad
But nobody's
because,
even
like,
salivating over Brian over here. We're just like, yo, can you like do the right thing with this dude? Is really what I feel like it is. Nobody's not, the
you
chicks
know
aren't
what
here like,
makes
oh my
me
god,
I'm
it's more of a justice thing.
yeah, like at least it's like when you tell somebody, oh, doesn't happen, stop that bullshit, that narrative, oh, it only happens here. No, it's because that's what people want you. And I think that, not that I'm saying that Idaho and Moscow is a bad place, but people don't tend to realize that's a small community, and I feel like these small communities need to be put on check sometimes, because there's stories everywhere, that don't be heard because of powerful people. And I feel like this case will draw me to my attention, this case of how weird, like how
But we
the
see, we see,
university,
yeah,
the
but we see, again, we see today, right? There was an officer, three officer arrested over there in, what is it, Massachusetts? So, it's like nobody wants to believe that like they could potentially plant this or, fabricate this or fabricate that. It happens all the fucking time,
yes,
right?
it does.
We just don't know about 75% of it, right? Maybe
Yep.
25 gets out and fucking, somebody get suspended for a little bit, but these guys never really get in trouble. Hopefully
No.
this guy deserves to get. I mean, that guy deserves to get the death penalty. If anybody, he killed a fucking pregnant. How old was the woman he killed? Annie?
35 and 43.
I think she was
Wow.
20 something, maybe.
And fucking kills her because he didn't want to. I'm assuming fess up to getting her pregnant or something like that. I don't know what the fucking.
Oh, you're talking about
was.
Birchmore?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The one that-
Sandra.
She was like 23.
Birchmore.
23. Oh shit! Her connect. Annie, you back?
She's back.
Yeah, I don't really tell Annie that she sounds like a robot half the time, but I just let her go because we can make out what she's saying. So, robot Annie.
It's all messed up.
Oh,
It comes and goes.
hold on a second.
It's because I was walking around my house.
I just dropped the thing in my fucking foot. Oh,
You dropped what on your foot?
I think my pinky toe is broken, bro.
What did you drop?
A vape. Oh,
A vape broke your toe?
it feels like it. Hit the phone, jackass.
How big is the vape?
Obviously, it's pretty fucking big, right? Oh, fuck, man. Oh. Woo. Oh, no, I'm
Somebody
pissed off.
walked in
Where
on
is it,
something.
bitch? Click the fucking link, pussy. Oh, God, that hurt. Fuck me. Sorry. Oh. Oh. What were you guys saying, Annie? Your connection? Fucking A. Oh, I can't even hide that one.
I like Twizz because Twizz is like a silent comedian. Like certain
Yeah,
things,
he's
like you could like he's just like a silent funny guy. Like you could tell like he's just one of those dudes that
He's calculated.
like he's funny, but you gotta catch on quick. Like the way it's just.
That's why I like everybody in the community, and like that's why these people are outcasts and need to run around and start shit everywhere because they're not accepted anywhere. Once you just fucking can have a conversation with people and learn to like them if they don't agree with you, it's not hard to just
to disagree. Like I don't understand like why people are like that. Like why
Like if
can't
you
we?
said some off shit right now, right? I would tell you, be like, "Yo, I don't agree with you," and you'd be like, "Okay," and then we fucking move on.
Exactly.
Instead of like, "Fuck you," well, fuck you. And like, no, there's not a point to that, and then doxing people and then attacking them for something, making up some bullshit they did and with their kid. Like, don't even bring people's kids. Don't dox people. Don't do none of that shit on here, right? This is not what YouTube's for. You want to do that? Fucking contact them personally and tell them what you think. Don't do it on here and then fucking act like a jackass.
Like I don't.
Karma's a bitch.
Like I just was. I don't know. Like I feel like like this whole world. Some people like just lost themselves. Like why can't we like like to be like why can't we still be friends, just we just disagree? That's like you telling me like why can't we be, oh, he's a crackhead so I don't want to talk to him. Why?
Mhm.
He's funny. I bet you if you talk to him you'd be like, oh shit, he's funny. Oh wow. Like you might disagree what he does, but he could be a person that you could be on your downest crying lonely and he'll be the one to run to you.
Mhm.
You know, like why people have to judge like each other? Like why can't we uh um just like feel
Well,
bad for both sides?
here's the thing, though.
Brian,
Here's the thing,
like
though,
I,
right? Here's the thing, though, because you're going to drive yourself crazy asking yourself that. And I already came to a conclusion. You just got to accept people's nature, okay? It is who they are, whatever, right? You
yeah,
just got to learn how to fucking dance around whatever they do. It's their nature. Just like how a fucking scorpion is, their nature is to sting and a frog nature is to hop. It's the fucking, it's their nature, right? So
yeah.
you can't fucking change them.
I guess the
But
funny part what had me laughing was when she goes, "Oh, you know my ADHD." I'm like, wait a minute, I'm retard myself, but why would she?
okay, then.
Why did that? Why did she have to bring that up? Like everybody got issues. Like who cares? But it's just I
What did
don't
she
know.
say? She was ADHD or something?
Yeah, she was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm ADHD." Like,
Well,
she,
were you here earlier when when I played the video of her? It looked like to me, it looked like a padded room, but she had a wall full of fucking like information about Idaho 4, like connecting dots, like the dude from, like Annie said, Always Sunny in
Always
Philadelphia.
Sunny.
She looked wild, wild. And then to get to this conclusion that he's guilty, I literally wanted her to come up here and explain to me just so I could understand how the fuck she got there. If she did so much digging into this, it led her to
okay,
that.
I'm gonna give you an answer for that. My question, as a if I was a jury, these are my questions that I want to know. I need to know for you to convince me that he's guilty. One, I want to see a video of him coming out the car, showing me his plate number. I want to see him visual in a video. I don't want to see a half-ass video. If you're gonna show me that, that's not gonna convince me. If you're gonna say because he drove around, that's not gonna convince me either. Because if you're saying that we're weirdos because we drive, let me tell you something. I drive
We're
around
weirdos because
late
we
night,
believe
so
in the
then I guess I'm a
Constitution.
weirdo. I'm a killer because I drive late nights. I love driving at night. I like going shopping at night. I like getting up in the middle of the night and just taking off.
Yeah. Well,
That
I
doesn't
think
mean
twice now.
that's I'm a weirdo or who does that? Who goes to
Who
the
looks at the
park?
fucking stars? Who does that kind of weird shit?
Like who does that? People
How about
that
me?
want to
Every
do
time I see
that.
stars, I'm like, oh, look at the stars. Like, what the fuck? Everybody
Go
likes the
down to
stars.
Wobawai Park at
You
in the
don't
middle of
know.
the night
Maybe
on a
he
clear
put
night.
that. Nobody knows.
Well,
Maybe
like,
he
look at
just
the
put that
Northern
for
Lights and
now.
shit. You
Maybe he
know?
didn't want to put somebody in blast and say, "Yeah, I was not looking at the stars really, but I was fucking." But I'm not gonna put that. I'm gonna say I'm looking at the stars. He could have been doing something that.
Nah, hell no. If I was fucking, that'd be my witness, or that'd be my alibi. You kidding me? The fuck?
You're right. You're right.
I wouldn't even be in jail.
You're right.
That's why, like, again, if you're gonna go driving at night and shit, just always remember this case. Text somebody, fucking search something on your phone, something to show you're somewhere. Tell somebody where you are, like, just so they
Yeah,
can't
like
fuck you
that
like
band.
this.
Yeah, like that band.
Because if he was
Ashley
like, "Hey,
Banfield.
mom, just got the Wild Park," when he got there, then fucking,
I
obviously he
hate
went to the
that.
park.
I don't think it would have
Sorry, I
mattered.
dislike her. That Banfield chick from the News Nation.
Who,
I
Ashley?
yeah.
You don't
Oh
like
my
Ashley?
god. I just
Why not?
because the way she talks, like the way she like,
Cool.
oh, who does that? Who walks? Who drives around at nighttime? Who
How
does
about
that?
everybody actually?
Like who does that? There's plenty of people that do that. What's so weird about that?
Yeah. But you notice how, like, you know, all these people have been quiet as fuck about this case, except Court TV with their bullshit they put out. But, like, all of them have been quiet as fuck about it because there's, you know, they know there's nothing new.
Apparently,
nothing-
Inton's been at the courthouse earlier today.
Doing what? Playing with
I
himself?
don't know.
Probably.
You know,
I'm
like,
just
what the
saying.
fuck's he doing? Digging for evidence? Anne's gonna be the first one to know. Brian ain't taking no fucking plea, as much as auto killers want to believe. Oh, he might take a plea. You never know. No fucking
You
anybody
know
in their
what I
right mind
think
would
it
take a
is? I
plea,
think the prosecutor,
even if they
because
did do it.
I think the prosecutor, I feel like they need to like go. If I was some big honcho, I'm like, we need to dig into this community to Moscow because I want to see how he handled cases. Because I don't know where in the right mind does Bill Thompson have in his brain, and I'm not smart. I could be an idiot, and I'm not the brightest mother heifer, but I just be thinking like, where
Exactly,
is
Jason.
he that his evidence? Where I want to see evidence.
Yeah.
Correct people. If you want people to stop this gossip, this misinformation, you could have stopped it as a prosecutor.
Well,
It's
again, they're
just
not worried about. I don't think they're worried about getting the correct person here. I think this is more like just buying
money.
time.
This is all about
It's.
closing the case so they can have people come into their community so they don't lose because that community needs that college. Without that
I
college
think they think
funding,
like people are gonna forget. Like they want the community to like move on from it, and then
no, I don't
like,
think
let
that's
them
what
out.
it is. I don't think that's what
I
it is.
don't know.
I believe, my opinion, I believe they're more worried about their funds. Because if that college don't get people to go to there, then they can't pay for the police department because that college is what pays everybody there.
Oh, absolutely. That's why I don't see how everybody doesn't
So,
see how
and
there's not
then
a reason
that
to cover
shit
anything up
show
here.
of,
There's a huge reason to cover
and
shit
then
up.
And then I was so mad that shit show that they did with that healing garden is bullshit. Like that is disgusting what
Oh,
they
you mean
did.
the apartments they were going to build there, or the?
No, the healing garden that they did for the four victims, that was disgusting. You said you wasted billions on the honor of these four victims and you did a shit show. What is it? It looks like a bus stop.
Do you have a picture? Is there Twizz? Can you bring that up?
Yo, there's a
Of
video
what?
I
and
haven't
he
seen.
admits.
I haven't seen
And
that shit.
And do you know what he said? And he put it on the mic. He goes, "We gotta hurry up because he didn't want to be here." And then you don't mention them. The garden's not even about them. You mention other people. No, that's why you got the charity. That's where you got the money to put for them, the four victims. Now, if you want to put other people that have passed away there, then yeah, sure. But their names should be supposed to be the first entitled in that garden. It doesn't even look like a garden. It looks like a bus stop.
Well, again, at one point, if you Google that address, like they were going to build apartments there. I don't know if they're still building apartments there or what the hell they're doing. But yeah, like you said, this is all just about money. That's why they basically, I mean, they told the families they didn't give a shit what their opinion was. They were knocking a house down.
That's crazy. That was a shit show. That whole thing. Oh, they were
We'll just,
laughing at the
we'll just wait till the
garden.
jury asks to go to the scene. I can't wait. If this goes to trial.
And then you tear down the house. Like I don't care what technology you have
Pretty
in this
intelligent.
world. Like I feel like I don't care what technology in this world, you can't tell somebody, a jury, oh here we got a video to demonstrate the sounds. No, you're bullshit.'re lying.
Here, put on this VR headset and just believe everything you see. Like, real life is so much different with echoes, with
Yeah, you don't
with
know
touch.
the stairs. Scream, come
Yeah,
downstairs. I'll be
creaking
down
of the
here.
stairs.
Yeah, like I'll be down here. I want to hear your scream. I'm gonna be down here. Have somebody, the other jury, go up on the other side. Say something. Oh, I can hear it. Oh, somebody go outside. I want to hear you scream.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can hear.
Like, how much
There's
of a
different
shit show does that sound like?
perspectives.
Think about that. Think about how much of a shit show that sounds like. That them doing that on camera. Like, the jury, like them taking a break for the jury to go fucking play around the VR fucking world. And
That's crazy.
like what the.
I just feel like there's so much more to this There's so much more. I, to be honest, I don't know if he did it or not. I'm rooting for that he did it. That's my opinion. I believe that, to me right now, I feel he's innocent because I don't, right now I could be wrong. He could be guilty, but for me right now, I don't think he did it. I feel maybe he probably was caught up, and maybe he knows something, or there was something there that he got caught up in that somebody planted, and then well, let me correct myself. I'm going to tell you, if they're relying on an informant, on a drug guy that is informing with the cops, that's another problem. Because you know what? That's a big problem. If you're using an addict that has 20 years or life on their hand to tell you, oh yeah, he did it, that's your informant, I'm gonna be like, you're bullshitting, right?
Exactly, Jody.
You're full of shit, because he's gonna be a yes man because he's your informant. He works for the cops. How can I
Yeah.
trust this is an informant? He's only looking out for himself.
Well, again, I just, at the end of all these fucking hearings and motions to suppress and shit like that,
They're
like a
saying that he's an
fucking,
addict. Like, okay, so what? He did his shit when he was a kid. That doesn't mean how do we know that he still was doing that?
no,
Stop. You
he
need
got
to stop
clean.
doing
Hold on a
that.
second. Hold on a second. He got clean. I've already established, and Rich has already established that they did drugs together, and Brian at one point cut everybody off because he got clean and started his path towards his PhD.
That's what I'm
So he
saying.
wasn't
Like, I
on. He
don't.
wasn't on fucking shit. Nobody can hold a job on meth and fucking drive around. Like he didn't look bad when he got pulled over by that chick that was a cop, right? He didn't look fucking
No,
terrible. He
he
didn't look
didn't.
bad.
He
All
didn't look.
right.
He looked normal to me.
So what the
I,
fuck?
I
And
hate. That's another thing.
nobody's
There are
gonna take
people.
heroin anyway to fucking go commit a crime, because that's now you're risking the chance of yourself nodding out in the middle of fucking the house on the way out.
True
So
story. You're in the middle and you're like, oh shit, I'm dozing off. Like, that doesn't make that don't make no sense. Like, I don't see that perspective. And if,
that's
let's
why I
say he
don't,
did it,
and I also don't believe that. Again, I think personally that Ethan was a target. You know, everybody wants, because nothing else is pointing towards any, like, nothing. How can I say? Like, nobody was SA'd, right? So there was no like SA
that we
involved.
know of,
So what do you mean?
like, like,
If SA was involved, they would,
oh
like
yeah, that's true.
some
You're
kind
right.
of, you know what I mean? Like there'd be something there, right?
Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're absolutely
So
right.
it's like how do you determine who the target is?
That
Because they said that he targeted somebody. How do you determine that? Just based on the fact that he went upstairs? Like
me
what if he
personally,
was let in?
I don't even see. Come
Not
on,
Brian, but like
I
what if this
just
person
don't
was let
see
in?
him doing this. I don't see Brian Kohlberger going up there, not knowing these people, just parking up, seeing 6 cars there, taking a chance with just one knife, right? One shot, one kill, one knife, one goal, going there and knowing there's 6 cars. You don't know who's in there. You don't know how many people. You're just gonna go park the car, drive around like an idiot, show yourself, go around, back up. Like, if you're
But that's what I mean, Diane, because
like,
like, if somebody had a problem with Ethan that night, right? And, follows him back to the house, whatever, like there has to be some kind of motive to this murder. No fucking way. One, a knife was involved. Okay. A knife is personal. Yes or no? A knife is personal. You're up close. You feel when when you're sticking the blade, you watch people bleed out. With a gun, you can shoot and look the other way and then run out of the room. Okay. A gun's, to me, very easy to use compared to a knife, up close and personal. This was personal, my opinion. So that's why I think that they knew who this person was. And if Brian didn't fucking know any of these people, then Brian ain't your guy. He ain't stupid enough to just go into another state and be like, oh, fuck it. Why wouldn't he have a problem with his students? Why wouldn't he have a problem with his professor? Why not take it out on somebody that he sees every day?
That girl he's supposedly spying on?
Yeah, or the chick he's spying on. Why 4 random fucking people out in a cut in the middle of the party scene on a Saturday night? Why? Oh, they don't need motive. Bullshit. Jury's gonna fucking ask why. They're gonna ask why, just like we are. Why? Why did this fucking dude throw his whole life away? He doesn't even teach fucking serial killing. So what the fuck? Cloud-based forensics. Completely different avenue.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And you still there?
Hello?
Yeah, no, you're here. Is Annie still here?
Oh yeah, I'm here. Do I still sound like a damn robot?
Only like every 8 seconds.
Like, I
comes in
want to
and
know
out.
too. Can somebody
I'm
explain
gonna
this to me?
I'm gonna hop down.
Oh yeah. I appreciate you coming up. I'm sorry
Yeah, I
that
might try
that
to
chick didn't come.
No, I might try to
I
click back in. My mic's all messed up. I'll see if it'll
Okay.
let me back in with a better working mic.
all right. Yeah, I'll look out for you back here then.
Bye.
All right. See ya.
Can somebody explain to me how much did they pay that girl to say that on
Which
Nation?
which one? The birthing hip chick?
The chick that's, I would ask her if I was on the, if I could get a hold of her, I would ask her how much did they pay you, because I want to know. I want to know how you feel like you was violated because he touched your shoulders. You went on a date with him, right? Yeah, I went on a date with him,
You
and
let him up in your
playing,
house, right?
and you both were playing around. Yeah. Oh my God, we were playing around. So you both were playing around. Yeah, we were playing around. So you went on a date, and he was weird because he touched your shoulders. But isn't that what guys do?
Right?
Playing
I'm like,
around.
wait, what the fuck?
So
What's he supposed to do?
So you find him weird because he was touching your shoulders? Like, I want to know, like, how much do they pay this chick to say that? Because I'm like, wait a minute, she must have been desperate just to put that, because she did not make no sense to say that on national TV. You felt violated because he touched your shoulders? You let him in your house. You were having a date.
Thank
You were
you.
playing around.
Let
And
him in your
because
house is the key words right there. You let him in your house. So if he was that fucking weird the whole date, right? Why'd you let him in? Because they went out first, right? And then they went back to her house?
Yeah, I don't know whose house they went, but she said that she went to
Regardless.
the bathroom after he was touching, I think, her shoulders or some stupid shit. She felt violated, and he was weird. How's he weird? He's a dude. Aren't dudes supposed to? Don't you want a guy touching your shoulders?
That makes sense, Joanne. Yeah,
Like,
I don't know. I guess she doesn't like to be touched, but yet, like I said, she invites the dude back up at her house. That's bullshit. She just did that to get her little 3 minutes of fucking fame.
that's what I feel. Like, that's another thing that blows my mind. Like, the little things like that. I don't see
Welcome
one
back.
person. I don't see one person going into that house. I'm sorry, not even a crackhead would do that. Like, not even, you are not gonna go into a house with 6 cars to go kill somebody with one knife.
Yep.
And
One
then
knife against fucking.
and then
There could have been 20 people in there.
then you start from the top floor. Are
3,
you
4
an
kids to a
idiot?
car.
A criminal's not gonna start from the top floor. You're gonna
Trap
start from the
himself.
bottom.
Exactly. Because
Because you don't want
what if
noise.
yeah, but hold on. What if he truly didn't know the house, right? And we're
Mhm.
saying he didn't fucking know these people. How did he know 15 people wouldn't have came out of Dylan's room with fucking bats
Exactly.
and been waiting for him at the bottom of the steps?
Like, that's what bothers me about this
There's
case.
only a knife.
Like, what? He came from the top floor. He started, like, why would he do that? Not knowing who's on the bottom, they're gonna hear him.
Yeah.
That's one. If he's the, let's say, for an example, he's the guy with one
It's just
knife.
a risk. It's a risk because, like, again,
Yes.
if you're truly stalking these people and you're going to commit this crime that night,
You're
then you're going to know
taking
what
a
the fuck's
chance.
going
That's
on.
a
You're going to know
risk.
if Ethan wasn't supposed to be there that night, then you're going to call it off because that's a 6'4" fucking obstacle. Okay.
I agree.
That's
Like, you're taking
that's a bigger
chance.
hurdle to get to your target instead of just waiting until Sunday when Ethan might not be there, and then you do it. You don't do it fucking on the busiest night where you know him and his girlfriend are gonna be fucking. Come
That's
on, let's
another
think about
thing.
this.
Like, and then you know what bothers me? Before I end everything, so you could go back to your show, because I know I've been annoying. But
It's all good. You're
one
talking about the case.
one thing I have a question is that this whole um I even forgot what I was gonna say.
Speaking serial killers are in the world.
Like, why out of all days the house is loud? This
Exactly.
one day that this house was not making no noise because everybody was out and about and nobody heard nothing. Out of this one whole day that they were calling cops on them all the time. The
And they
cops were
didn't have
always
anybody
there.
over. My ass. The chicks didn't bring any guys home. Fuck you.
Out of
Bethany, Dylan, who else? Kaylee, Maddie, right? I don't want to fucking hear people had boyfriends. Okay? People cheat all the time. It's college. And nobody else was in the house. It was just the roommates on a Saturday night. Are you fucking kidding me? I
I
think there was
just
more
find
people in the house.
I just find that odd too, that nobody, oh no, when nobody heard nothing. Nobody heard nothing. Out of all days that they weren't playing no music, on this one day that everybody was out and
It
about,
hit the fan.
quiet night, nobody heard nothing.
I think this started inside the house. There was something happened. There's a motive to this.
Yeah, I think so too.
And it's like it's just so weird because in the middle of these two rooms where these massacres occurred, you have a common theme, which is Dylan's room that was not touched. He didn't try to go in her room because it never said her door was locked, right? It didn't say she had to
That's
unlock her door to open her door.
I have a lot of questions for that roommate. I really have. If I was like a jury, I have a lot of questions for her. I'm not gonna downgrade her because but I have a lot of questions on that. And why would he leave people alive? Why take that chance? And for you to tell me that he did this in 8 minutes, you're telling me that Brian Kohlberger
Three,
killed, I'm sorry, unalive 4 people within 8 minutes, and you're
right?
saying that he did this? You just said every one of these 4 people got stabbed multiple times. That is not 8 minutes.
No,
You're passionate, but this is personal. You're stabbing. It hurts. It takes time to do that to somebody.
especially if he's never done this before. Now you're like shocked at like what you're doing and what you're witnessing. You know, come on, man. Especially like if how they describe it, where like there's a lot of stab wounds. That takes a lot of time.
And then 4 people, that takes so each person
Well, hold
is
on. If I
like,
come in a room, right? If I come in a room and you were Annie in a room, right, and I attack you, Annie, what are you doing?
I'm grabbing my Glock.
So you're doing something, right, to try to disturb me killing your boyfriend or vice versa.
Absolutely.
yeah.
Okay. So we have two instances then in two different rooms where he attacked one roommate and the other one just watched. Is that what I'm supposed to believe?
Nah,
Because there's no.
I don't. That's what makes me question this case. That you're telling me, oh,
He
he's
wasn't
the
popped in the
guy.
head, was he?
He's the guy because we got him on a tracker. Oh, he did it
He
because
went
he
grocery
went
shopping the next day. Who gives
like
a
I.
shit?
And
So
then
you mean
back to the park.
Right?
he did this within 8 9 minutes? He unalived 4 people, multiple. He didn't do one stab and then took off and killed the other one, and then another one just stabbed.
And he
No,
didn't realize
this
he left
was
the sheath, right?
multiple stab wounds on
He waited.
each.
He had to go home and rest before he went to try to retrieve the sheet the next day, like they say. But yeah, he didn't just fucking turn around and be like, "Oh, well."
That's another thing too. The sheath got me going. The sheath has. I have a problem with the sheath because, like, what person? I don't see him as a dummy. You're not gonna go into a crime scene with a sheath. You are going,
Well, I
and
mean, you will,
let's
but
say
it's going to
if
be on
he
your
did
belt.
drop it. Let's say if he did. Let's
Yeah,
say
but
if
it's going
that
to be around
person,
your belt.
you're gonna
If you're bringing a
notice.
sheath, it's going to be around your belt. You're not going to just keep a sheath in your pocket. You might as
Yeah,
well just not bring it in.
and not only that, but it's common sense. Okay, oh, he was distracted. Okay, let's say he was, but there's only two places he went to. He went to two rooms, so it won't be
Yeah,
hard to
but
find
okay,
where he
but if he
left it.
walked there, right? If he walked there, okay, if they said he walked there, then it would be more plausible for him to have the sheath and knife than him just saying, "I'm going to keep it in my fucking car."
That's crazy.
You're like, "Oh
Oh,
fuck, I'm going to bring the sheath in." Come
oh, he cleans his car. I don't care how good he cleaned his car. Evidence is gonna be fine. I don't care if he covered the car in plastic. I don't want to hear that because he's still gonna leave evidence.
somewhere.
Blood lingers.
The ignition.
Perfect example too of how we would, they would know immediately if he cleaned some kind of biological evidence from the crime scene out of the car. Is
They would have saw it.
well, there's a case out of Virginia, right? I think her name is Mata Bat, who is like a missing wife. They believe the husband killed her. So when they brought in blue light, I think it was called, they brought in blue something technology. The bathroom lit up like a Christmas tree, and this was like almost a month later. So I know there are people that make the argument that, they didn't get to his car until like 6.5 weeks after the
They still
fact,
see it.
but it still would have lit up like a
Yes.
Christmas tree if there was any kind of blood or biological evidence in that vehicle.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's
Because
right.
because that car, right? That car doesn't come with leather. It's like suede, correct? Like suede material, that fake shit.
Fabric.
Yeah, so there's no fucking way if something seeps into that, you're getting that shit out. Where they're not going to be able to hit that with a light and it's going to light up. No fucking way. And that's not even his expertise. He teaches fucking shit about computers, right? Cloud base. Like he's not.
I don't see him being a dummy. I don't see him. Maybe
Yeah, but we have to be. Yeah, but that's the thing. To believe he did this, you have to believe he's a dummy. The guy drove the fucking murder vehicle across the country. He'd be the biggest dummy I've ever seen in history. But he didn't do this shit. That's why he went home and just chilled and fucking celebrated. Because he was gonna go back and fucking live his life and teach and do everything normally. Because the last thing you're gonna do after doing this is go to a doctor where you're gonna have your fucking wounds or like anything that's wrong with you documented to where later on the cops can go back and see it. Think about that.
That's crazy. I just find it like, I don't know, like this is what blows me mind. This is what makes me feel like there's something more to this, and I don't see him doing. I don't know. To me, right now, he's innocent. Right now, to me, and
Show me some evidence.
Yeah, so you got to show me more than what you're
This
putting
ain't fucking
out
North
there.
Korea.
And this thing that
It's America, baby.
and then how the prosecutors got confidence. All this needs to stay here in this town. No, you got a small town. How can I trust you that you're a jury member could be your sister or your mother or your friend's mother? I can't. Why should I take a chance? You're taking a
Well, half the
chance.
town works for the university as well. Remember that.
And I don't know if, God forbid, that your sister's friend's sister is going to be on that panel because it's such a small town.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why they got to get it the hell out of there. And I think
Like,
the
how do
survey,
you trust that?
the survey shows that because they're saying they want to burn shit down in the fucking surveys. So if they're saying that in the surveys, imagine what the rest of the town's saying. I mean, that's only 400 people.
I wish people would stop. You know what I learned a lot from is that people say, "Oh, look at what they're doing. They're playing the defense is playing this game. They're just doing that." No, on the contrary, you should be paying attention of what the defense is saying, because if
Yeah,
you listen, you're hear
but
what they're
they try
asking
to find
for.
fault and everything that the defense does. These people just try to find fault. and then they harp on that fault.
Like
Like,
that's what I
he's
feel
doing
like.
this because he's guilty. Okay.
I agree. Like this is crazy. Like you should be paying attention because if he has a right to everything, he has a right to defend what you have against him. He has a right to face his accusers. He has a right. If you got it on him, you give him everything.
I
Stop
guess not.
cutting corners.
I guess only in some states.
That's the problem with this justice system. Everybody's cutting corners.
It's not.
This is the
Well, that's what I mean.
problem.
Stop calling it the justice system because we should just call it the legal system.
Okay,
That's what it
legal
is.
system.
There's no fucking justice. And if there is going to be justice, look what it took to get to the justice. It took destroying a man's life, regardless of what happens. Right?
Yep.
I mean, say they found the right guy tomorrow, okay, or the right people tomorrow. Brian's life's still ruined. They still destroyed a life.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, hey, Brian. Sorry about that. We got the real guys.
Yeah, here's a couple bucks. Go down to the fucking local McDonald's, see what happens to you. Like, what
Imagine
the fuck?
if they did that.
It's sad because
What are they gonna
even
do?
if they was to do that, people are still gonna look at him some type of way. And
For
that's
sure.
the sad part. That is true. That's
All over
sad
the
part.
world too. This shit was. Remember, we tracked him like Santa. We tracked him like Santa's fucking sleigh when he got in that fucking plane. Everybody was like, "Look at him. Here's the plane. There he is." Like everybody was watching that shit.
I
So
think
now-
that was a shit show what they did too. I think they just did that for the news.
Yeah, he
So
acted like
they
he was
could look
fucking El Chapo.
like they did that they wasted taxpayers' money just to do that shit
But the
show.
dude that fucking killed
That's-
20 kids in the school, they buy him fucking Burger King. That's real. That's fucking nice.
I think that was all like a shit show. I think they just wanted to look good.
Of course, it was a show. They needed somebody, and they had to make it look like they were so serious. But then when you look into the fucking evidence, you're like, wait, what the fuck? You barely
That's
had enough to
sad.
hold this man for a couple hours, let alone fucking want to shoot him against a post. Holy hell!
That's
and now
crazy.
and now you're milking this for 2 years now. Like it's not like they had a month. Okay, we fucked up. 2 years of
They're
this
not
dude's
gonna
life.
admit it. They're sure not gonna admit that.
Anne's gonna destroy them.
I like her because she's a silent killer.
You know what's wild though? I mean,
I like her
or maybe
the
not. But
way
if Brian gets off and somebody else is say they arrest 2 other people, right? Would they get the same representation if they needed public defenders?
no, I don't think if she want. I don't know. I think there would be all different types of public defenders.
Well, no,
helping
because
her.
they have to be. Well, no, they have to be. There's a reason why she was put on because she's done a death penalty case before, I believe, right? Or like they have to be. So
she's licensed to deal with the death penalty cases.
So that's what I mean. Wouldn't she who else do they have there that they could just throw up there and be like, oh, here you go. I feel like wouldn't she represent the next person unless she retires after this or whatever? That'd be crazy. Because then we'd be able to see oh, she obviously believes this dude's fucking guilty because you can see her mannerisms compared to how she treated Brian.
You know what bothered me too about Brett Payne? I feel like how are you not embarrassed to go on the stand and say you're so confident that this is the guy and you are not embarrassed to say this is a case with 4 people and you're just saying, oh yeah, he's the guy, but then go as a lead detective and say, oh no, I lost it. Oh, I don't know. I looked at it, but then I didn't pay no mind to it. How does it not that don't bother people?
See, people don't care. These people think that they'll never be in this position.
What did he say? He said what? Because when I heard when he said, I don't know. I saw it there, but I don't know. And then the other detective, I don't know. I had it, but I deleted it. Like what? You delete what? You are a detective. That's your job, to gather evidence.
Okay, but hold on. There's only one reason you delete something, right?
Like, that's supposed to be your priority. Making copies because this is what the defense is gonna ask. Because
You're
that's your
right.
job.
Copies.
And you
Copies of what?
understand, and Ann Taylor's asking you questions, and you're acting like you're dumb, like you don't. Oh, I don't know. I had it, but I just found it now. Like, what do you mean you just found it now?
Yeah, that was wild, and it's crazy. Like being like, just imagine being a guilter watching that, and you being okay with like all this shit that they're saying. Like, what the fuck?
And then people can say, "Oh, look, it's the defense fault. Look, it's the defense that's playing the games."
They're
How
stalling.
is? Did you just hear what I just heard? What did you just hear? What I just heard? He just said that he just found. These are things that the prosecutor's supposed to handle. Whether you think he's guilty or not, you have to hand over evidence. Everything, everything, everything.
Yep.
He just said it was deleted. I didn't save it. I don't know. I think so. Are we not hearing the same stuff?
Like I
Because
said,
that's what I'm hearing. That he looked like he didn't
we
know
all
what the
heard the
fuck.
same shit.
Like he didn't know where the fuck was what.
Yeah, that's why I can't understand. I can't put. I try to put myself in the position of, thinking he's guilty, but the more I think about it, it's just my mind goes fucking crazy. It's like I can't. So that's why I don't truly believe these people believe what they're saying when they say Brian did it, because when you ask them to explain why, they always have some bullshit answer. There's never anything as far as evidence goes. So he's. Oh, well, I heard this, or I heard that, or I heard a source said this, a source said that. I don't give a fuck about all that. I want to know some facts.
I don't know. I think this is more bigger than what we all think. I think
Something.
I think it has something to do with something that people don't want to hear. I'm sorry, but I feel like this is more. This has to do with more stuff, and I think that's what they cover. Maybe it could be. I think it's drug related.
I'm just saying, you have a girl, right, who admits she was awake during all this in the middle of these massacres, and we're supposed to just think she's a ditzy college girl, but yet if she was a male, we'd be like, that's the fucking person that did it, right? So yeah, we have to tiptoe around Dylan and be like, oh, she might be the fuck that.
I have questions for her.
I woke up at 4:00 out of a dead slumber. Okay, babe.
Well, you just hit the nail on the head, though, with that one. Does anybody think, I just want to throw this question out there, does anybody think that if the only person left standing in that house was Ethan, you think Ethan would be in jail, or he would be cleared within the hour?
Jail. 1000%.
Just look at how he's treated. He died too, and he's like the least talked about.
I think that if it was only a male left unharmed, that male would be suspect numero uno, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
I think everybody in that grub truck and everybody that was coming down that hill on video is a suspect.
Who?
Everybody in that grub truck, down to everybody that was going down that hill from that Banfield, is a suspect. From where my thing is, who would set up Brian?
What about
Goldberger?
What about the person? Hold on a second, because this is not get spoken about enough. What about the person? What do you guys feel? Because I feel like I'm the only one ever fucking talking about this dude. What do you guys feel, you lovely fucking panel, of the dude who ran over towards where these individuals were murdered and then came back and got in the vehicle and drove off around 423? Twizz, what is your feeling on that?
It might have something to do with it.
Okay. Miss Potts?
One more time, what was that? I'm sorry?
What is your opinion on the gentleman that was either walking or speed walking into frame on the Linda Lane footage, walks around the parking lot, then back towards where four individuals were murdered, and then walks back and gets in a car in the parking lot around 423? What's your thoughts around that person? Is that person just suspect?
Well, I think that if you're the defense and you're going to do a full, like, thorough investigation, that would definitely, and that video is relevant and from that night, then that's probable cause. I would probably
But as
want
far
to
as reasonable,
look
as far as
into
the
that.
reasonable doubt goes, is that not reasonable doubt?
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah, sorry. Exactly. You
Okay.
could use that video as reasonable doubt. You could use the officer's own body cam
Yeah, because I know,
videos
like,
from.
all jurors are, because I know, like, all jurors are different, but from, like, everything I've seen so far, if I'm a juror and I see that shit, y'all in trouble. Fuck the DNA, fuck everything else. If you show me some dude and you tell me that's not Brian Koberger, yo,
And
we got a
what
problem.
about this? Nobody's talking about that I have a problem. And I'm
What's up?
sorry. And people need to start talking about this. I have a big problem that these cops are using college kids to be informants. And I have a big problem that these undercover cops are being undercover without no cop, without no uniform, and
That shit was weird.
you go around the block, you don't got no cop car, you're using unmarked cars, and here you are.
You there? Hello? Oh, where'd
She
went?
cut out again.
Yeah, it seems like every,
I
like,
cut
20
out?
minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're back
There
now.
she is.
Like, that's my question. Like, I have a problem with that. Seeing videos that you're undercover
What's the
and
whole
you're
problem
pulling
though?
people.
You cut out. You got to tell us it all again.
Mhm.
You can hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that undercover cops over there without no cop car, unmarked cars. I have a problem with all that. I have a problem that they had a white car.
What are they doing? Are they trying to, like, blend in as, like, college kid? Like, what are they doing?
Like, I want to know, how do we not know? How about if it was a cop that did it? You have a white car.
Hmm.
A cop would do that move. A cop, what you're telling me that he did a U-turn, he did a 3.3 turn on the crime scene. That sounds like
Hmm.
somebody that's looking for an
Really nice.
address. That looks like what a cop would do when he's going around the block, just scoping. That's something that I see as a delivery driver looking for an
Yeah,
address.
even more reasonable doubt, joking. Yeah, I mean,
I have
again, somebody
questions about that.
has, like,
And then you got a white car, unmarked car. What a coincidence. What a coincidence. They got a white car too. That's
uh,
some weird shit that
but
they're
what a
looking for a
coincidence
white
that
car
the
too.
detectives don't show up till 5 o'clock to the crime scene in a town where this shit doesn't happen. Like, they act like this was fucking, some country where, like, murders happen all the time and they just lollygag to the fucking crime scene. How long were those officers in there before detectives showed up? I have problems with that. I know a lot of people, say it's no big deal, but I find that a big deal. It gives you a lot of time to.
I'm more concerned the coroner took so long to take control of the bodies, because that's exactly what your coroner
Yeah, but don't
is
you think the
supposed to
coroner?
do.
Yeah, but as a coroner, right? And you're like, wouldn't you have known right away that these people weren't killed in their sleep? Like,
It doesn't matter.
don't you feel like she was told what to say?
Well, that's what I mean.
You could tell
It's
to me,
troublesome.
looked at like she was like scared to speak.
Yeah,
Like,
that was
she
not
didn't know,
comfortable.
like she was like off, like she didn't know what to say, like you could tell like she didn't want to like say the wrong thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or give her a right opinion, because I don't know, like this whole thing with this car, the roommates calling your friends first. I don't care if you didn't like these people. As a common, those are your roommates. I don't care if I don't get along with my roommates, but if I hear something wrong, as you're my roommates and I live with you still, I'm gonna go and care and call 911, not other people.
Yeah. No, you're exactly correct. That's
I'm
why.
sorry. I'm not calling because that's what my university college told me to say. That if something happens, you call us first. Fuck you, no. I'm calling 911 first.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be texting people. I'm gonna want to show up to court because even if I didn't get along with Kaylee, Kylie, Maddie, whatever, I'm still gonna go over there. I'm not gonna get a lawyer. I don't need a lawyer. I'm gonna go. If you need me to go, I'm gonna go. Just because I didn't get along with you, I'm still gonna show up to court. Cause I'm traumatized too. You know, like I'm hurt too, and I want this guy, if he's the guy that did it. I'm not gonna go and hire a lawyer. I'm not gonna give this whole complicated that you don't want to show up over there. You don't want to be involved in the court case. You make it sound more suspicious. You sound more suspicious. I'm not saying that she's guilty, but the way she's acting,
Yeah,
the way
but
she's
I
going
feel like
about things.
I feel like she's scared to come back for a reason. Like she said, she's, you know, why is she scared?
I just find those things are like off that throw
Or is
as
she
me.
scared of somebody?
Something is off with that. Like I don't like.
Here's what's off. Okay, if Brian didn't do this, she knows who fucking did. That's what's off. She knows Brian didn't do this. She's scared of the person that did do this.
And then
I'm telling you.
And she said that he said, "I'm here to help you." What killer would tell you that?
She
That
saw
sounds
this
like
person.
a cop would tell you, "Oh, I'm here to help you."
She claims she saw this person, correct?
Yeah, supposedly that she opened the door 3 times, I guess.
Okay then. That's all I have to say. She saw this person, and we got what kind of fucking description out of everything? Out of everything she could have said, we got what?
The
With
greatest
the eyebrows.
description ever.
Fucking eyebrows. Not a race, not a fucking but she knew he was a guy because I guess she saw his dick, but didn't see the fucking knife in his hand. None of it makes sense. None of what she saw, none of her actions, her waking up at 4:00 when regular noises in the home would be going on around that time. That doesn't make sense, especially if she drank anything. If you're drunk and you pass out at fucking 3 something, you just wake up at 4 because why? Why? You're not hearing nobody get murdered at 4 because at that point in time, Brian's not even in the house. So what the fuck woke you up? So you went from hearing regular ass noises in the house to 4 people being murdered, and you didn't fucking see a change in the whole aura of the home?
I just don't know how she stood in that house
What the
for
fuck?
8 hours. I'm sorry. Let me tell you something, and I'm gonna tell you this, and really, like, I don't care what nobody says right now. You are not gonna stay in that house for 8 hours or however long she said that she was, because that smell of blood, you would have smelt it. It's nasty. You would have smelt something was off in that house, because the blood alone, the smell alone, would have blown that whole house.
What's I mean? If you talk to somebody who works in the hospital, right, and like you talk to them about like a rhinoplasty, like it smells off like a whole hospital floor. Now imagine 4 people getting massacred like they described, and it lingering throughout this apartment, which we saw really wasn't as big as it shows, and this person's on the same fucking floor. Now Bethany, maybe she can get away with it because she's downstairs. So for the smell to travel down, I don't know how that works. But for it to just travel out in the same general floor, it'd go right through her fucking door. She'd smell it like that. So if she was scared, she could have called 911. She had her phone on her. Every college kid does.
How drunk I don't care if I'm that person as a friend. That's
but she wasn't that drunk because she opened the door 3 times, right?
Yeah, as a friend, I don't care. I'll tell the cops, yeah, I'm sorry, officer. I did crack. I'm sorry. I called 911. I'm sorry, I'm drunk. I don't know. I don't care how they're gonna view me. I'm gonna still call because that's the right thing to do. It just makes it off.
Fucking alive. What if she could have saved one of them?
Yes.
Why does nobody talk about that? Because they're afraid to.
That's crazy. Like this is I'm
You
not.
fucking kidding me? If this was my listen, let me tell you
I'm not
something.
trying to
My
shame
hold on a second.
her.
Hold on a second.
Like,
Hold on a second.
please.
My daughter's the
I'm
only
not
thing I
trying
have in
to
this
shame
world.
her.
If hold on, if this was my daughter, I'm telling you right now, me and Dylan have some problems. Because if there was any chance in hell that one of them could have been saved, my daughter could have been saved, we have a fucking issue. Fuck the press. Fuck what everybody wants me to feel. Me and you got an issue. You understand me?
That's right.
But they're afraid to take that stance because they want to be politically correct. I don't give a fuck about being politically correct. This bitch was involved, I'd find the fuck out.
I don't know something.
But
I'm
that's
not
me.
trying to
I'm not
shame
everybody.
her. I'm not trying to shame her, but I think something like I think the way she, I think the way how they handle the roommates handle the situation, I think it was a little wrong.
It treated her like a fucking witness right off the
I
bat.
strongly like. I get it, that shock phase. I get it, but I don't care if you were scared because you did drugs or you had drugs at that moment. That shouldn't even cross your mind.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like if you did, if shit did happen, just, be honest about it. But what we got is that's not believable. Like her cross examination is gonna be a shit show.
I
I
I
hope the hell we get to see it.
I don't know. I don't buy that narrative. I'm sorry, please. I don't want to sound like I'm shitting on this roommate and this, and
Listen, you're on my channel.
it
Fucking say
just
whatever you want.
sounds. It sounds off the way they acted from the moment this stuff happened, and from there forward on how
They were
they
texting
act.
each other.
Yeah, like I'm
And we know that
sorry.
now.
I'm sorry that
Why do you have time to text each other but not text? I mean, if you text 911, I believe it sends like an emergency alert. So you have time to text fucking each other, but nobody got time to fucking text 911 if you didn't want to make any noise.
He
There's
saw
still
her.
ways to call
Whoever
911.
did this saw her and left her for a reason.
That's a good. That's a decent opinion. They weren't there, but like, why insert yourself in this case then? Say you weren't there.
Exactly.
Unless again, I don't know how deep this goes because I never
MPD
jumped on any
made
rabbit
them.
holes. What do you say?
MPD made them.
That's what I was gonna say. But
And
again, I try not to jump
Twizz,
down
can
any
I
rabbit
ask
holes.
you a question? A question, Twizz? Hello?
Go
Ask
on.
them.
Oh, what do how do you feel about, like, do you think is it drug related? Like, how do you feel about like the
Oh,
situation?
I mean, it's really hard to say without seeing the evidence in the house. Could
yeah.
be drugs, could be something else. I don't know. I think when we see what actually happened in the house, like everyone's minds will kind of explode.
Yeah, we're gonna be like, how the fuck did he get anything out himself?
Yeah, I mean, like AR says from the crime scene photos, not like the photos from the crime, but like the photos of them doing the crime scene. He says that house was like torn apart. People were looking for something.
And then they tore it down.
Yeah. So I mean, who knows?
That's fucking wild, dude. I'm just curious. Like, if the jury asked to go to the crime scene, at that point, is there any like legal, or is it just cool that they knocked on the crime scene? Like it just moves on. No matter what, the jury
They
just
don't have
can't
a
go.
choice.
And yeah, they don't have a choice for that.
So then
I
why not
just
knock
found
on every crime scene?
I just found it weird how they went all to the extent to hide the like, are you kidding me? You went all the way to say that you buried the house? Like, why would you go all that length to do that? Like, what are you what oh, because people were taking, we don't want people to take pieces of the house. Why would it matter? It's garbage, right? You tore the house down.
Imagine when we find out why they
Yeah,
said it was a targeted attack at first. Like, we don't even know that at this point.
that's what I mean. That's why, like, nobody was SA'd. They have no proof of anything except, oh, well, he went to the third floor first, so that means somebody must have been targeted up there.
Yeah, but don't
Bitch, you
forget
don't even know if he
too.
came into the fucking door. Well, hold on a second. How do they know he even came in the back door? Because it was fucking open? Now, is it a possibility he jumped up on the fucking balcony and entered through up there and then entered out the then exited the slider, and then in the morning, whoever came to the house is the one who opened up the front door? Is that a possibility? Of course it is. Maybe he was let in on the 3rd floor, and this person, knew one of the girls and went ape shit. How do we know that didn't happen? We don't know where the fuck he was parked.
We don't know shit.
Exactly.
I
We don't even know where he parked. We're just assuming he was in the back. If you listen to what they say, I mean, they said he made K-turns and shit in front of the house. So why not park in front of the house? At that point, you're already on fucking camera. Shit.
I don't know. I
Sense.
just don't see. It's just weird. Like this whole case is just. I don't know. To me, there's something more. I don't think.
Never late, buddy.
We also got to think of too. Like if the
Hey, Heather. Always
if
got to consider the house.
the coroner, we don't know if they were sexually assaulted either, because if that's not what they're looking for, they're not gonna search that in the autopsy either. If that's not what they're looking for.
Bullshit. They would have searched that. If Brian's semen was there, they would have found it. Or sweat, or whatever the fuck is left. I don't know what the fuck happens, but you know what I mean?
I just don't understand how they only found his DNA, but not the roommate's DNA, the friend's DNA. The house should have been with a bunch of random everybody's DNA.
Well, there are a bunch of, I'm sure there was. I mean, I'm sure if you took every single square inch, you could get a shit ton of DNAs. But I think the two DNAs are a lot more closer to the body than people think. And I can't wait to see that.
Well, the prosecutor's trying to dismiss that because he's like, "Oh, what are they talking about? Nobody's talking about that. Where's the other 2 DNAs that the defense
you had
is
4
asking
DNAs
for
and you chose to build a tree on one. Why?
And they don't even want
the other 3?
And you know what's the sad part? They wasted to do a family tree on Brian Kohlberger, but here comes a cold case that they really needed you, like the John Bonet case. That's the case that you're denying not to do a family tree on. That's crazy. That the father's on TV asking, and you're saying no to them, but you was quick to use it on Brian Kohlberger to find his family tree. That's crazy.
Absolutely, Heather. Absolutely. Like I said, they. I mean, we already know this, but they looked into it enough to know they were unknown male DNAs, so we know it's not a female. So, like, why would they stop at a certain point, but yet go all the way for? I mean, what if? What if these people were involved as well with Brian? Like, what the fuck? Now you're just not prosecuting everybody that you find? Like, what? Since when? What if one of those people helped Brian, which would make sense of your timeline? Dumbasses. I don't know. They're fucked. If they actually take this to trial, they're fucked. They have no pot to piss in. Nothing.
I don't know. I think there's gonna be a lot more bombshells coming.
You think we're ever gonna get to see the federal autopsy findings?
If it goes to trial, maybe. But that's the crazy thing, because if it doesn't go to trial, we're probably not going to see a lot of the evidence for a while either.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. That was something I just learned recently. When feds are involved in an investigation, especially something like this, not only does the state conduct their own autopsies, but the feds also do their own as well. So that neat little binder you're supposed to get from the feds, that neat little file, everything chronological, your autopsy reports for federal findings should be in there from their examiner.
I'm just curious if multiple weapons are used.
Well, that's what I mean. I'd be interested to see what the Fed's initial assessment was, if we ever get to see it, compared to what Moscow police and ISP then extrapolated from that and used in their case.
Hey, Rolo? Yeah. There's They're really fucking themselves in this case. And all they had to do was just take their time a little bit. So it's like, everybody wanted somebody so bad. Well, you fucked it up.
They had to, I feel like they had to grab somebody. That town needed to
Yeah.
bring that town depends on the kids the kids coming back or parents paying for tuitions to go, because without that they're not gonna get no funds. They can't get paid. If their kids don't go to college, then they don't get paid.
Yeah. But it's always been money over human life in every single situation.
Yeah,
Wars,
you're right. You got a point on that.
you
The
know.
system don't give a fuck about what's right or
No,
what's
like
wrong.
no. No, when they build the airport and they kick all those people out of the house, do you think they give a fuck about how many memories you made in your house? Fuck no. Get out. We're building an airport. Don't care. That's why the university knocked it down. They don't give a shit. 4 people were murdered. That's a burden on them. You understand?
I'm telling
Knock
you,
it
watch
down.
that. I'm sorry. But if you see that video, it's gonna break your heart, because I think that memorial garden, that healing garden, was a shit show. I think that is an ugly garden. I think you
Where
put
did they
that in
put
the
it?
wrong. I think you put that shit in the wrong place. I think you should have built a garden where the house was at.
Yeah. You
A
can't. That's
little
valuable property.
statue, a little nice, beautiful statue with their names, and
Yeah, right.
a little garden. But you did a shit. You spent billions of dollars on this shit show on a campus that they weren't even going to. You put it off a different place where they weren't even attending to, and it looks like a bus stop.
I can check it. Yeah. Well, I mean, I knew they weren't going to do anything special because they're not going to knock something down to build something nice on. I mean, come on. They're not
And
going to
then
spend more money. They want to
and
make
then
money.
they put it on themselves, say, oh, we got to hurry up because Mr. Green doesn't want to be here. And they go, oh, you hear them all laughing, chucking, like, we got to hurry up because he didn't really want to be here. Like, what?
You know what's crazy, though, to think about? Like, whoever did this, because again, I don't believe Brian did it. Whoever did this or the people that did this, if other murders have been committed, like, in other areas, and these people have traveled to and just got away with, we wouldn't even fucking know. Like, this person could have been arrested somewhere else for a different murder,
Mm-hmm.
and they could be locked up right now.
To me,
Like,
when I first
that's
heard
wild.
about this case, I thought it was a guy from a cop or a Marine guy, because you have to have skills. You got to have balls.
That's
To
like John
come in
Wick
a
going in there.
house. To
Yeah,
come
hell
in
yeah.
a house, you gotta have balls. Say it's got that confidence that with a knife and go in a house that you don't even know who's who. 6 cars are still there lingering. You don't know who.
That's what I'm saying. Now, put 3 college kids, and that's being generous because we used to ride with like 7, 8. But put 3 college kids in each one of those cars. How many kids you got? 8 fucking teen. You have 18 people in a house potentially. As somebody who's trying to like do this and not get caught, you use a knife, one, which makes no sense, and then you fucking walk in like you're badass fucking John Wick, and you're just gonna ninja everybody, and that's what he did perfectly without getting a drop on him. Okay. I don't know what kind of fucking movies people watch, but yeah, this shit doesn't even happen in movies. There's always blood spatter, something.
I
Something.
thought it was gonna be a Marine guy that just went up. I thought it was like a cop
No, they killed a Marine.
or because just the way the confidence to go only in there with a knife, that confidence that you have to go there to do that. You have to have confidence to take that chance as a one person to go in a house to do that.
Exactly. And now you have to control the other person in the room. So, like, did he have a gun pointed at the other person while he's stabbing the one? Like, the other person had to. That's what makes no sense to me. Like, I can't get past that. In 2 perfect scenarios, the other person just sat there and watched without jumping on his back, digging their fucking nails into him.
And it's crazy
Something to
because you
injure
know
him.
what? The Gonzalez said it too. They said it out. There's gonna be things that we're not gonna like that we're gonna hear. They're gonna say bad things. You're all gonna hear things that you don't want to hear. But if you want the truth, you gotta say it all. Whether you like what you're gonna hear about your child, okay, I understand you're not gonna want to hear it, but for the truth to come out, you're gonna have to hear it. That whether God, I'm not saying it's true, but I'm saying for an example, oh, her daughter, your daughter was a drug addict, your daughter was selling or a hoe, or she was a sugar daddy to this for, you're gonna hear all that's gonna come out, all of it, and that's you're gonna have to face that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what anybody was involved in the house, but with today's technology and fucking the internet and shit, who knows? You know, my thing is like, when they said like they fought back, it's like, how the fuck did they fight back if there was no defensive wounds on Brian? If he was visible from what Dylan describes, if she saw his eyebrows, I mean, look at the picture in Twizz's fucking picture he has. Look at Brian's eyebrows where they are. That means he would have had a COVID mask or like something just covering above his nose, and that full rest of his fucking head would have been exposed, and nobody ripped out a chunk of his hair or dug their claws into his skull or nothing of that nature that would have been picked up at his physical a few days later. You're out of your mind if I'm going to believe that.
That's
I'm
crazy.
still confused how they fought back if they were all sleeping.
Well, we know at least one of them wasn't sleeping. Unless Xana could eat her food and fucking.
I'm just saying, according to the state, even till this day, like in their filings, it states that he like killed them while they were asleep in their beds.
Is
It's like
anybody questioning?
that's like in the charging documents. That's what he is alleged to have done.
Oh, I thought all that got like changed or whatever once, people saw that Xana posted something at whatever time and yada yada yada.
Does
I'm just
anybody
talking about the actual charges. What he's alleged to have done. He's alleged to have broken into the home, committed a felony burglary, and killed all four of them in their sleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those have never been like corrected. None of that. There's been no corrections made to that. Like, yes, we've learned he didn't stalk them, and we've learned that from like court hearings, but the charging documents, he's accused of breaking in and killing all four of them in their sleep.
And how do
So
they
I don't-
know that he came in a car? How do they know that he did it? How about did anybody look in? Could it have been somebody walking? How do they know they drove over there? How do we know that? How do you
Well, we
know
don't because we don't. Where's the car? Where's the license plate of the car of the person that did this? Because listen. If it wasn't Brian, okay, and there was another car, where's that fucking license plate? Where is a license plate of a car leaving that scene around somewhat of that fucking time? If you don't have one, then obviously the person didn't fucking drive there. And that's why I think that this originated from inside the home, and then the person ran after it was done. They were brought there. They walked there. They got there somehow.
I feel like I want to know how did they got to the conclusion that this person this person that committed this had a car. How do you know that? That's what I would like to know. Like, how did you come to a conclusion that if this person was driving? How do we not know if the killer could have been in a field? He lived across the street. How do we know? Where did this car for you to decide that this was the car?
Exactly, Jocelyn. I mean, like 90% of investigations, when they, it's like, even if they clear the person, it usually winds up being like, an estranged ex, or, somebody that somebody dated, or some kind of love quarrel that was going on. Somebody got mad, whatever.
I think
But yet,
somebody
this
that
is some
disliked
random
Brian
fucking dude.
Kohlberger. I think something happened. I don't know. I could be wrong, but How did they came up with Brian Kohlberger is what bothers me the most. Like, who
I mean,
said
I find it very
Brian
easy how they come up.
Kohlberger?
I mean, I find
Like,
that very easy how they come up with Brian Kohlberger.
and why would they? Why, like, where did this name come from?
Looking up cell phone information, seeing who was where, and he was probably just because he drove where he did and disconnected from the service, and everybody else didn't. I think that's where where they were like, "Oh, we got him. Look, he's disconnected from the service. That means he turned off his phone." That's what they
But
said.
still, okay, I get your point. But still, how did they come to that conclusion of like the white car and the name that to make it off? Like, because you can't say just because he shut off his car, he's guilty of it. Like, and
But
like,
he
I
doesn't even
don't.
have the right year car they were looking for. That's what pisses me off. They had to change the year to make it fit him. So
That's crazy. That's what I would like to know. Like, who gave up? Why we're not why isn't their driver a suspect? Why isn't the four guys that ran down the hill a suspect? Why is anybody in
exactly.
the why is why everybody got cleared so fast? Why was everything so, like, you already knew everything? Like, who said Brian to you? And why
Well,
did you lie to the public and make everybody think that they were
thank
gonna
you.
help you and say, "Oh, look for this car. We need your help. Oh my God, can you?" Why would you
But
lie?
then when we ask for information, they like, "Oh, we don't owe you nothing." Okay, but you asked for our help. So when you need our help, it's cool. But yeah, but when we want to know some shit, they can just tell us to fuck off. So yeah, we waste our
Like
time looking for a
that.
completely wrong year car.
Yeah, like,
That
I
they're
don't get that.
experts
Like, it's okay
on it.
for the news people to call us clown, like the YouTubers clowns, but aren't there clowns too? Because don't they get misinformation sometimes too? Don't they go by what they want to hear or what they want to hear, not what other people like? Because they're quick to cut off people that don't go with their narrative. That's a number one. So if you don't go with their narrative, they're not gonna agree with you, and you're not gonna be
Absolutely.
on their platform because they don't care about your narrative. They only get people what fits their story.
Yeah. That's I mean, like if somebody who thinks he's guilty, if they think he's guilty based on the evidence, it's fine. I just want to know what evidence. Like I'm just curious on like other than transfer DNA, right? Like what? Like they don't have his license plate, no motive, no connection, no weapon. A sheath can't kill somebody. Like they have none of that shit yet.
Yeah, but how about if that chief? How about if that chief was one of the girls that they were trying to use
Or
it
how about
to
if it was one of
defend
the people?
themselves?
Well, hold on.
How about if it?
What if it was
How
one?
about?
Hold on. What if it was somebody from the night before that one of the dudes was fucking and just left it in the bed? Is that a possibility?
Sure
Yes,
is.
because there was 100 fucking people in that house the night before. Anybody could have left something there. I mean, didn't we see body cam of them not even at the house? Or
Yeah,
was I
obviously they
seeing
had a
things?
lot of people that were in that house. That
Okay, so there
that
was a time where the cops showed up. There was a shit ton of people in the house, and none of the roommates were there. Am I correct?
yes, that the cops said
Wow.
that. Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, we're supposed to just agree with, okay, so all the roommates were there on Friday, right? Oh,
I just find like
they're going to have a problem. They have a big problem. And Bill knows it.
I don't. I don't. What? I don't. This
He's
case.
not stupid.
I feel like this case is gonna be sad because one, the town is so small, and I wouldn't trust it, even if this whole misinformation didn't happen, like all this misleading and let's say all this gossip wasn't hanging around. I still wouldn't trust it because This is exactly a small town. Everybody knows everybody. I can't say I want to take these juries and put them on a stand because I don't know, because it's such a small town. I don't
Yeah.
know if that's
And
your
then
great.
aside from this, I mean, regardless, again, whether people believe he was involved or not, I don't know to say. He was still a veteran. They shot and killed a United States veteran and didn't have a press conference and didn't do shit. Just fucking moved on, shot him and said, "Oh, there was this happened, that happened. We shot him," and everybody was supposed to just move on, not ask questions. And now you see this body cam of what happened in that apartment with Brent, and the whole thing looks fucking staged. So now I don't know what to believe. I don't know who was involved. I don't know. To me, it's weird because it's like, if Brent did it, like, then that's two birds, one stone. Now you solve the case, and you don't have to go through this bullshit. So that's why I don't think Brent was involved. But on the other hand, why are they not like having a press? Like, why are they not doing the regular shit that happens when a situation like that occurs? None of that was normal. So that showed me that nothing around that area that they do there is normal. Nothing. So you're exactly correct. Aside from this case, look at Brent Kopacka, shot and killed. So
Wouldn't it be some
It's
shit?
crazy because there was a lot of
Wouldn't it be some
activity.
shit if the video of the white sedan that they had from the beginning was actually Maddie's? And that's why they don't want to show anybody the video, because somebody was in. Maybe that's the car that sped away. I'm not saying she did anything. We don't know that one of the victims' cars wasn't used to flee the scene after the crime.
Yeah.
And then the car brought back. I mean, I'm just saying that it.
Or to go drop somebody off.
We know that the video that was turned over to the defense is a video of the wrong car going the wrong way at the wrong time. So
I got a problem with that too. That the prosecutor's giving half-ass videos. You're giving videos, but you're cutting off audio. Who does that? Why are you touching evidence? Why are you cutting sound off? You give evidence the way the evidence is.
Nope.
Why are you cutting video, and why are you cutting certain parts?
Because they know they're going to give the defense fucking more, which is fucked up to say, but
When I
there's a
heard
reason
that, I
why.
was like, what? They cut what? They only gave
I would
her
think
video, but they
I
cut
would
off audio? Like, they're giving her
I would think
half-ass.
that if they're giving like a cut up edited video, it's
And
because
then,
the car can be identified as not his, and they can likely identify whose car it is, which is why they don't want the defense to have that. They don't want them to identify that vehicle. That's just my opinion.
That's crazy, though. That's withholding evidence. That's wild.
I
Why?
just find that crazy. Like, what? You give video. You, I like, and then you're saying that the defense is the one that's delaying the tactics. No, are you hearing what are like what? Like, I don't understand. Like, how is this normal?
I don't know. Like you said, small town, right? It's normal for them, not normal for us.
Like, how do you think that's okay? And let's say, for an example, I get it. Certain people say, "Oh, he's guilty. I don't care. No matter." So what? He's guilty. He did it. So what if if they did it the crooked way? That's the problem with you
Yeah, I know.
people. That's the problem. Just because you think he did it or they say he did it, that doesn't mean for you to do it the fucked up way to catch somebody.
Thank you.
That still don't give you the right to do that.
Like I said, I guess this is North
Like,
Korea
I
now.
don't get it. Like, that's fucked up. Like, that's like you're saying, oh, he's guilty. So if so what he did it. So if they did it the legal way and they lied, so what? But he did it. No, that's not the way you're supposed to.
Yeah, and later on he gets off, on appeals and shit like that. Like people,
That's
again, these
not
people
what
don't
we
think.
stand for.
No,
That's not what this world. This is what we're. I don't
but
know.
that's why everybody's here talking about this right now because we see there's some bullshit going on. Like, it's just a matter of
I thought I was the only retard one. I thought I was the only retarded one that was thinking weird.
nope. Seems like a lot of people today are starting to, understand there's something wrong here. Just like I think there's something wrong in the Richard Allen case, and there's still something wrong in the Karen Reed case. Those two cases bother me.
You know why? Because everybody thinks, oh, cops never do anything wrong.
Oh
Cops
shit!
and
What just happened
judges,
today?
cops and the judge. Oh no, not here. No, no, it happens everywhere. There's crooked cops. There's crooked people everywhere. Stop saying that we live in a fantasy world, because we don't. We got crooked people everywhere.
The cops get to get away with shit.
Hell yeah! Well, you get immunity. I should have been a fucking cop, dude. You get immunity. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Like, why not? Fuck. If you can't beat them, join them. Jesus.
Why you think? Come on, I hate when people start saying, "Oh, no, cops are not innocent either." Start digging in deep, and you'll start seeing some of these crimes that are happening all around the world.
Yeah.
And where they're coming from: sex trafficking, drugs. You don't think that cops don't play a role? Judges don't play a role? High people don't play a role? Then you live in a different world, because I'm not in denial. But obviously, it's just that's just crazy.
People don't get into positions, by luck. But all right, I'm gonna probably shut it down a little bit. I just wanted to,
Thank you for giving me a chance to talk to you guys. I enjoyed your presence, and I like all three of you. I like watching your videos, and
thank you.
And
I haven't really been live because there's not really, it's like beating a fucking dead horse. I don't really know how much, I can talk about without any new shit coming out. But today I had to go live because that bitch last night, she had to be shut up because she's a problem. So now everybody knows who this person is.
Through the phone, I think she would have punched her through the phone.
She was a pussy. I dropped the fucking link like 5 times. She sat down there and chat and fucking talked shit. Some pussy ass shit. So everybody saw who the real fucking Jen is. If you didn't, you can fucking rewind this video and see her in a padded room with the fucking crazy wall and shit. That's your Jen. That's your Regina. That's your whoever the fuck you want to call her. So next time, keep my fucking name out of your mouth. But I appreciate you guys coming up. Always great conversation.
Bye,
Twizz.
guys.
Thanks, Willie.
Later.
Don't forget tomorrow's hearing day. Big day.
Yeah, I think he's gonna go live. Is Lana going live tomorrow?
Of course.
Yeah, I figure everybody's gonna stream that shit. Well, hopefully the judge makes a fucking decision tomorrow, and not. Well, we'll go think about it. But I'll see.
Well, I hope everybody gets a good night's sleep.
You too. Appreciate you coming up for this long. Twizz.
Bye.
Forget some fucking
Good
rap,
night,
dude.
everybody.
Bye, Triz.
All right, guys. See you, chat. I appreciate everybody coming. Again, if anybody ever fucking if what's her name ever fucking says anything, refer anybody back to this fucking video right here. So don't be a fucking hypocrite in life. Don't talk shit when you send fucking somebody all your information. I guess that's the lesson to be learned here. Just leave me alone. You don't want it. I promise you. Good night, everybody. God bless you. Mwah.